Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ace Axe U.S. Championship qualifier in the great year 2021. Thank you so much for joining us from your couch, from your favorite sports bar, wherever you're at today. Thank you for joining us down here in the historic Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this wonderful axe throwing tournament. My name is Colby Jane Cobb Hirschberger. I am joined today by Jeff Dice
Mosier.
Mosier?
Mosier. It's been like 5 years, man.
Well, you know, this is a brand new experience for all of us. But today we are here to bring the wonderful sport of axe throwing, and there's a bunch of new rule changes that we can experience today. The Premier League rule set, and actually let me bring those up right here. There's a couple of different things to talk about, but first let's talk about the event. We have invited over 100 of the top axe throwers in the continental United States?
Yeah.
Maybe even not continental. I don't even know what that means.
You say from all over this great 50 states, we've invited over 100 different types of axe throwers.
But we sent out the invitations, and we've got some of the top throwers here today. Super excited to see what they have in store. There haven't been a lot of axe throwing tournaments that have been thrown recently, so it's exciting to see all of these people here in the space again. It's wonderful to see the space so lively.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here today. A whole bunch of different people. We got people down here. We got people upstairs all through our lanes. It's all kinds of different. I've talked to probably 3 different throwers from different states and things like that, man. It's nice to hear the different environments that people come from.
And yeah, not even just states. There is tale that there is a gentleman here who actually moved from Canada to compete in the tournament.
Oh, wow. I did not hear about that.
Things are crazy. Hopefully we can get an interview with him later. I would love to hear his story. But that's all about that. Let's go into the rule changes, because the rules that we're seeing here, dubbed the Premier League rule style, is different than what we've seen in the past.
Yeah. So the main thing is, first off, we have the bullseyes are now going no bleed, which means if any part of the axe blade is outside of the black line, aka bleeding, it is scored as a 3 points instead of a full 5 like used to. We also have some changes to the clutch. The clutch was originally a 2 5/8 inch diameter. It is now only 2 inches in diameter. It is no longer touch clutch. You have to have at least 1 3/4 of the blade breaking the green paint. But we are allowing a toe-in clutch, which is if only the part of your axe that is impacted in to the green dot would be counted.
And now it's important to look. Y'all can see that graphic right now up on your screen. What you see, the before and afters, I mean, you can clearly see the shrinking of the clutch. 5/8 of an inch, you may not think that's a lot, but when it's paired with that 1.75 inches that need to be embedded in the paint, that red area you see directly in the center, if you throw that axe straight up and down, that is how much wiggle room you have.
Yeah, it is very little to play with.
Yeah, and previously during the past tournaments, especially if you tuned into the last one that we cast here, I believe it was the Tuesday Black League
yes.
for Ace Axe throwing. If you happen to watch that one, nearly every single game after the first round went down to the big axe. And so big axe hitting those clutches, it's going to be a whole different beast. We've had to see throwers modify their axes, modify the way they've been throwing. It's a whole new playing field. We have so many stats that we can look at for each of these players, but really the playing field has been changed. Yeah. And I feel like I'm really excited today to see if there's new styles of throws. I don't even know what I mean by that, but new styles of throwing would be great. I would love to see it.
So I'm seeing a lot of one-handed big axe, which we did not see a lot of in the Black League tournament we threw here. So maybe it's something they have found for this smaller axe. I mean, smaller dot, but I can tell you now, not everybody's hitting the clutch, even in the practice throws. It's not as obvious as it was the last time we were here.
Yeah, just watching these folks warming up, you can tell, well, you know, they are warming up. I don't think we should make any assumptions quite yet. I think it's also fair to say, you know, I don't know, for me, during the warm-ups, that's when I feel the most anxious.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like once our players settle into the games here, they're going to really find their rhythm, and we're going to see those multiple clutches getting struck.
It's always that build-up, but as soon as you find that mark, if you can hit that moneymaker, you're going to keep going for it every chance you get. So I think they're all just trying to get into that comfortable position right now.
So we're going to send it over to a commercial very quickly, but stay tuned. We're going to have the opening of the tournament coming up right after these.
Ace, a skilled sharpshooter in their respective tradecraft. Do you have what it takes to be an ace? Located in Homestead, Pennsylvania at the Bank on 8th, Ace Axe Throwing is the place where you and your friends can throw axes, drink, have fun, and compete to become an ace. Open Monday through Sunday. Book your tickets online today at www.aceaxethrowing.com. Discover who the ace really is.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for holding with us. We had a few technical delays, a few announcements we had to make for the tournament, but we are back in this sunny, beautiful day while we're in a large cement bank building. But I digress. My name, again, is Colby Jacob Hirschberger. I'm joined today by Jeff Dice Mosier, and we are here to cast the the 2021 U.S. Championship qualifiers at Ace Axe Throwing.
Yeah, we're past that bad year. We're here and we're able to at least gather a little bit more to get together to join in on such a good sport.
That's right, 2021 is going to be a good year, baby. I can feel it. Please don't cast or curse me on that one. But like we had mentioned earlier, we invited the top 120 throwers in the United States to come try their hand, thank you, and throw in their lot, thank you, to try to take home this wonderful qualifier. Tomorrow will be the championships, so if you're tuning in now, be sure to tune in then. But we invited the top 120. We've got, I don't even know. Let's count here. We've got today 27, 28 throwers. Now, there were a few people who did bow out. So there may be a few free rounds in there. We're not quite sure yet. And it looks like we're actually we might be doing some practice throws. We might be getting into the first match. I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's see. It looks like intro game. It looks like we are actually getting into the first game. I am super professional. Thank you. But it looks like our first game is Bane Damage versus Ashley Hiller. I believe Bane Damage versus Ashley Hiller here on lanes 3 and 4. Now, keep note, you can see some other games are being thrown along the way, but we're just going to be casting on these two lanes for now.
Yep.
And let's see if I can get the scorecard up here for us. Give me 1 second here. But Dice, talk a little bit about the rules changes that we are seeing for this league.
If you were not here a little bit earlier, we did have some rules changes to the league that we are throwing in today. The number one being the bullseye now has a no bleed rule, which means that if any part of the axe blade is outside of that black circle, aka bleeding, you will be awarded 3 points instead of 5. You have to have the entire axe inside of the black circle, no bleeding outside of it. Another rule change that happened was the clutch shrunk from a 2 5/8 inch diameter now to a 2-inch diameter, and it is no longer touch the clutch as far as the hatchet portion goes. You must have at least 1.75 inches of the blade breaking the green paint, or a toe-in clutch, which is as long as the tip of the handle, the tip of the axe itself is inside the green line, you are able to be awarded the clutch.
That's right. Essentially, no part of the axe can be touching the target except for inside of the green paint for that toe-in clutch.
Pretty much.
One thing that we didn't mention earlier as well, there are new foot faults in the sport as well. During the hatchet phase, if you step on the farthest line forward, that is the red line, I believe, that is considered a fault the first time you get a warning. And on the big axe phase, the black line, the second line there that you normally stand up to, that is also considered a fault. The first time is a warning. The second time, though, you lose your throw. It comes out as a 0 of whatever. And when this is a game of inches that we're seeing here, that is a death knell.
Yeah, it can make the entire game or break it for you in immediate seconds.
Yes, and just to keep you guys updated on the game that you're seeing between Bane Damage and Ashley H, we do have the scores up here that we can see. They are currently stepping up for throw number 5, and it looks like it is 18-16 in favor of Bane Damage. Man, I'm going to slip up over that name at least 3 times tonight. I really hope he doesn't actually make it through. We'll see.
I think you're going to have to keep up with refresh.
Oh, we may need to refresh. You are correct. It looks like they are headed to a tiebreaker match. 21 points all, and nope, I lied. Bane Damage came out ahead.
So they went to Big Axe with that one, and Bane Damage ended up taking the victory over her inside of the Big Axe league. Now we're on to round 2.
That's what I get for staring at my computer instead of the game.
And Ashley is off to a 2-point lead.
2-point lead easy, and we want to give a shout out to all the people that we're seeing in chat today over on our Twitch feed through Salty Entertainment Fun Time. Shout outs to Shot Nesser and Fed Up. Great to see you there. We know that on the Twitch channel, the video and voice are not quite syncing up. We do apologize for that. We're working on getting a fix for there. But if you view it on the YouTube channel at aceaxethrowing.com, everything is in sync there. And we do want to shout out to Kristen and Dave of Loghead Axe Mods for joining us out there. Let us know who your favorites are for the tournament, what you're expecting to see here today.
Absolutely, and if we're cutting back into the game, we have Ashley and Bane Damage going in. Ashley has the lead by 4 points right now. We are going into the final throw.
Final throw. It does look like Ashley gets to throw first here. Really, it's pretty easy to sink this game.
To get the bulls, we got a ref call.
I was gonna say no. It looks like it's breaking black. If any part is outside of that black paint, it is considered a 3. We're waiting for the ref's decision here.
The new bleed rule might work against her.
All right.
There's a Trevor who ordered pizza.
All right. It looked
3.
that was not a 3. However,
Bane Damage has to hit a clutch here, and I think he's a little bit left.
it looks high to me. Because remember, that has to be dead on now until you get to Big Axe.
They made everything harder from the last time we shoutcasted. Yep, Ashley ends up taking that round. Beautiful.
And that is one apiece. It is a best of 5 between our competitors today, and it looks like they both start off with a pair of 5s, just in the easy claps from both of them. Although, as I say that, I may have cursed Bane Damage. Looks like he did break paint on that.
Say Ashley got another 5. Ashley has come to play.
Well, hold on. Okay, all right, I see it now. Oh, the ref is calling round 3, I see.
Follow through. Ashley with another 5.
5?
Bane Damage answered back.
All right, going into the last round. No, it does.
Nope. Called herself. It's a 3. Oh, we have it up there. Perfect.
All right, it is tied 13 all in round 3. Looks like we might be getting, might need a ref's call here, but Ashley's calling it good bullseye.
Good competitive nature here.
All right, and let's check in here. 18.
18.
Going into the final throw here. Both pointing up. It looks like they're both going to throw for the clutch.
We have 2 clutch throws coming out.
Remember, you got to hit 1.75.
Very low from Bane Damage. Ashley.
It looks like it's breaking the paint, but it's not going to be enough for a clutch.
So I think we see the big axes. They're reaching down. We got big axe time.
Our first big axe of the tournament, or second big. You're right. Well, I missed the first one, so it doesn't matter. Also, gotta love that graphic. Gotta love that big axe graphic.
All right, we got a 3 coming out from Bane Damage.
All right, now remember, for Big Axe, there is still no bleed on the bullseye when they go to bull in.
Nope, you still have to get the entire head into the center there. And I think I think Ashley took it.
Yeah, that was a toe-in bullseye there. And what we mean by toe-in bullseye, if you noticed on Ashley's final throw, only the very top point of the blade actually buried itself in. And at this point, with this new Premier League rule set, that is an incredibly advantageous way to throw your axe.
Yeah.
The less blade that is actually in the wood, the better you can be. That's that much less of a chance to bleed outside of that black line.
So to be fair, I always thought those were the best throws anyway because you didn't have much to go off of or any kind of determination. It was just a matter of, yep, it's completely in that circle now. You can't even ask about the inches anymore.
Yep, and it's important to note, even though I am just a humble sportscaster, Dice here has been an axe coach for a year and a half now, at least 2 years?
About 4 years, man.
4 years?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
It's been a long time now.
He's been an axe coach for 4 years. He's been throwing axes for just as long. Dice, do you think you could compare to the best of these?
Oh, absolutely not. I couldn't hold a candle in the wind to these people. I would get spanked all day at night. I would owe everybody drinks throughout the night.
It's all right. But what that gives us is a little bit more insight into the different types of throws, techniques, mechanics we're seeing.
Those who can't do teach. Just remember that. You know, that's the main thing I've learned.
Those who can't do teach. Wonderful. So we're trying to refresh on the scores here to see what we can see. I can see that the players are throwing currently.
Is it only the best? Well, don't you have to win 3 rounds?
I'm not sure, but that's fine. It may just be our scoring module here is bugged a little bit. That's fine. But Dice, the toe-in throws, is there or the toe-in throws? Is that what you call them?
I would say yeah.
Okay. Is there a certain technique to that? Is that all about just the rotation, the force you throw? I assume with less axe blade hitting, you got to sink it just a little bit deeper to get it to stick.
I'd say actually, I believe it would be less strength on it because you're looking for a lighter rotation coming through in order to just get that tip in, and that's all you want to stick. You don't want too much coming through to the point where it could accidentally bleed. Say I'm trying to catch up here on the actual times. We got axes clinking, so I'm assuming a round was over.
All right, it looks like. Hold on, we've got the matches up here. But
I'm assuming it would be Ashley taking it, correct? Because she had 2 out of the 3 rounds.
Ashley's name is coming up in green, so I'm going to say that you were right. Ah, yes, we can see it right here. Ashley looks like did come out ahead.
Perfect.
And we're waiting to see who our next competitors are going to be. But Dice, I've also heard a lot of throwers talking about not only modifying their throws, but even the length of the axes, the length of the blade on the head. There's a lot of different variations to what we're seeing here. Do you think any sort of axe is going to come out as a favorite amongst people, or is it really more of a personal choice?
To me, it seems like more of a personal thing because it's all a matter of long as you reach that regulation on your axe handle size and weight, you can cut it down, have it a little bit longer, but you just have to reach a certain size. But I've seen people with the absolute smallest handle you can have with just the amount of weight on the head. It's even a weirder head with the same amount of blade. But I've seen a lot of them come in with their own personal cuts to them, whether it be a slight slant to just give you a little bit of a help with your rotation, or I've seen a lot of straight handles come in, cut right to size. A couple I've seen are a little bit bigger, but I do not see them often here.
Have you ever seen, maybe for my own curiosity, have you ever seen somebody carve out like little handholds, like little finger holds that you could just nestle them into, or do you think that would throw off your throw a little bit too much?
I personally have never seen it. I think it would be a cool thing because I personally like a little bit of a whip at the end of my handle, but that's just to help with rotation. But again, I am not at the level that these competitors are, so they might know a little bit more tricks of the trade than I can pass off to our younger throwers out there.
And that is fair. Oh my goodness, I forgot what I was going to say. But the name of the game here is consistency. You might like putting a little bit of spin on the handle, but if that even lowers your percentage chance of hitting by 5%, 10%, when you're playing at this level, it's going to make a world of difference.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these people don't miss, and you don't want to come in here and just miss on your bullseyes.
Yeah.
That might even have been the big difference between Bane Damage and Ashley. Ashley was on game last time, and Bane Damage just had a few drops for that bleed rule, and that was it. It's what put him away.
All right, trying to see. Oh, I don't think that is our game. Let's see if we can pull it up. I believe
we're Mad Mark and Chris H.
Mad Mac.
Mad Mac, I'm sorry. Mad Mac and Chris H throwing against each other with Mad Mac with a 2-point lead already.
Yes, I believe this is the match we're currently looking at. We'll get a ref's official call on that. Actually, we've got Slab directly to our left. He's a tournament organizer today. We'll get him to just confirm for us. However, whichever match we're currently watching, it's neck and neck, currently tied 13 apiece going into the 4th throw. All right, both competitors line up.
Hey, Slab.
Looks like bullseyes all around. He might have called a 3.
Is this Mad Mac and Chris H? Okay, perfect. Yeah, we do have confirmation. This is Mad Mac and Chris H.
Perfect. It's a little difficult to hear in this room just because of not the sheer volume of people in here, but how lively everything is right now.
The energy can definitely be a factor here.
Yeah,
and yet none of the competitors are letting him get to him.
The tension is palpable as Mad Mac goes for his last throw. That might be
to the right.
That is it?
It was to the right of the clutch.
All right, we're getting a score update. No. Oh man, I thought that was dead on for certain.
Chris H takes that round. We are moving into round 2.
It was straight up and down, though, and I feel like that's another big boon at this level of the competition with how less wiggle room you have to work with that clutch.
Like that diagram showed, you have to be pretty much dead center because those sides are not big enough to fit 1 3/4 of that axe blade.
Absolutely.
So even if you cut the right side off of it, it's not going to be a good enough shot.
All right, so we did see Chris taking game 1, and he has taken a 2-point lead currently in the match. We're going into throw number 3.
And another bullseye from Chris with some good bleed from Mad Max. So that's another 4-point.
I wouldn't call it good bleed.
Well, a good amount of the axe was bleeding in. I'm not.
You know what? That is fair. I can respect that call. Maybe you should be reffing out there.
Oh, we have another bleed. Chris H is running away with this one.
Well, to be fair, he did take the first game 23-16. Now, granted, he did. Mad Mac did try to throw for the clutch there, so missed out on an easy 5 points. So realistically, if you take that out, it's only a 2-point spread.
And with that, Chris H puts it away. I don't even think Mad Mac has to. Yeah, they don't even have to go for the clutch. They cannot physically catch up.
Going straight into round 3. Man, we are blazing through these qualifiers a little bit quicker than I had anticipated.
We have a drop. Say Mad Mac even had a bleed in that one, but I'm sorry, Chris H had a bleed in that one, but we got a drop from Mad Mac.
That was Mad Mac's chance to Mad Mac's chance. But that was really his chance to try to catch up in this game. Taking a 0 is, we mentioned it earlier, taking a 0, that's one nail in the coffin.
But just like that, he's only down by 1 because Chris seems to cannot. Oh, no, did he find it? He actually found the center. He might have towed in. It looked like it was bleeding from my end.
All right, but it does look like we are 5-8 here, and with
both competitors showing up 3.
8-11. Chris is holding a 2-point lead.
3-point, that drop.
Thank you. My math isn't so great.
They've gone shot for shot.
All right, still have a 3-point lead. Chris could put the game away with a clutch.
Chris could put it away with a bullseye. That's full win. That's it.
Yeah,
Chris takes it 3 rounds to 0.
But that's all right. Remember, this is just the qualifiers. The top contenders are going to go through free of charge into tomorrow's championship games.
So I believe we had 27 possibly show up, 4 not even show up at all, but I believe 20 of the top competitors today are going to be advancing on to tomorrow's finals or tomorrow's big championship.
And I am very excited to see what that holds. When I was looking through the stats of some of these players, when I was looking through some of the stats, we saw bullseye percentages of 90%, 95%, 98%. Seeing a drop axe this early in the qualifiers kind of surprises me. It might be a little bit of travel time. It might be a little bit of just warming up, trying to get into it. Do you think it's the nerves?
Say, you are still playing. We have first place here playing for $3,100. Nice chunk of change.
Nice chunk of change.
Very nice chunk of change. Second place, you walk away with $1,200. So it's a great incentive to try to get the thing. And bronze is an extra $700. So it's worth playing for. I can see some of the nerves being a big factor, especially because this is actually one of the largest prize pools of the IATF event this year. With a total prize pool of $6,400, it is something to be let the nerves get to you a little bit. You got to be able to find it off. You can't drop any of those axes.
Yeah, and we would like to thank some of our sponsors for that lovely prize pool. Shout outs to Jim B for providing some lovely drinks and some extra prize money there. And shout out to the wonderful building that we're currently in. Down here, historic homestead, we've got a bank full of to go. It started just a few years ago with escape rooms down in the basement. We expanded up to this floor with axe throwing, and since then it has taken off. Honestly, I was wondering if it was going to be a fad, but I'm glad to see it sticking around. I'm glad to see such a healthy sport. You don't see many new sports these days.
I remember when I first came up to this one, just being able to be a part of this, just experiencing it brought me into this. Oh, hey, we can relax a bit. Now to see that we have people from all over the world just compete, throw, and have some fun with us. It's pretty insane that the opportunities to go on and just listen. Put an accent to it. That's the best chance.
Put an accent to it. That's right. Here at the Bank on 8th, we have a plethora of different activities. We also have a virtual reality arcade. If you're into some VR action, there's some wonderful games that you get to play there. And it looks like our next throwers are queuing up to the line. Let me pull up
Who we got coming in?
Let me pull up the matches here. Just trying to get it reset.
We got our practice throws going in now.
I don't believe it's them. Maybe we should look at all. Maybe if we look at all matches.
Just bear with us for a sec, folks. We're still getting this all down.
All right. Both of the competitors are still bulling in on their throws, as we are getting the name of our contestants here so that y'all can follow along on the action. All right, and we do have confirmation. Who are our two wonderful throwers that we're seeing in the ring today?
We have Asperity and another Chris H.
Yep, Chris H just coming off of a pretty solid win last game. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Say Asperity's already got a 4-point lead coming in, and I think that just puts another 2 in it.
All right. 20-16 going into the last throw. Asperity is still up with a 4-point lead.
And I think he puts it away. Asperity takes it over Chris H. Now we just saw this guy not lose in a single round last one to immediately coming in and a loss to Asperity. That can't feel too good.
Yeah, total shutout in his last match.
But we're good on those ones, I believe.
Maybe just a little bit of re-warm up, you know?
Get the shakes out.
Get your first game out of the way. You're feeling great. Maybe a little extra adrenaline pumping.
Nope, we got a 3 and a 3, I believe.
All right, both throwers staying fairly consistent here. Let's see who can come out with the lead first.
Oh, I think we have some bleed from Asperity.
We're definitely seeing some bleed on the left. And did I see the ref call bleed on the right as well? 11 all going into throw 4.
Those are solid. But we're still tied 16 all.
But we may be going to Big Axe here. I really hope we do.
Oh, we need some Big Axe hype.
You know, like we mentioned, the hatchets, people have modified their hatchets a little bit for new regulation rules, but the Big Axe is where you see a lot of the changes coming in. Shorter handles, heavier blades, the whole works. All right, and it looks like there's a little bit of deliberation between the players.
We have, I do not know if Asperity was able to hit his. We have a ref for Asperity's clutch shot. Chris H was definitely low.
Ooh, we get our first caliper. Love to see the measuring instruments come out.
Was it given? Nope, we are going to Big Axe. Big Axe hype, baby. Get it in the chat. We're deliberating, and it looks like Chris H is going to step up first. And looks like a 3 out of Chris. Asperity takes a step up, and we have a 3 from Asperity.
Yep, shout-outs to David McIntyre out in the chat rooting for Asperity today.
What's up, David?
David, thank you so much for joining us here at Ace Axe Throwing. And let's see, let's bring up the scores real quick.
That looks like a 5er out of Chris H. Asperity's got to match it.
Here we go, lining up that shot.
And he bleeds.
That looks outside to me. We're going to get another throw here out of Chris.
Oh, we have a drop.
Now, a drop on the Big Axe, I'm not as surprised to see that one. Like we had mentioned, this is where the big difference is we are seeing. So neither of them bulled in on that one. They're both shooting for bullseye again. That might be good.
Asperity got the...
Oh, he's calling out a 3. Looked like Asperity called out the 3, so they're not bulled in yet.
No,
although
we're good. Asperity takes the round because Chris dropped.
Ah, I see. Interesting. All right. Keeping that one in mind for later.
So Asperity is up 2 rounds to 0, and I believe we have a 5 and a 3 coming out with Asperity taking a 2-point lead early in the 3rd round.
Yeah, 2 game. We're going to have to see a full reverse sweep out of Chris to get another win. Let's see if he can pull it out.
It's a lot of pressure, but Chris got They both got the all-in bullseye. Asperity just has to hold on to that tiny lead. A little bit of disappointment out of Asperity. Colony got it though. Both competitors checking each other's axe. And both are saying each other is fine, so we have a double fives.
Pair of fives coming out on throw 3. That does give Asperity a 2-point lead. And if he can lock away this game, that's not it for Chris, but that's it for this match.
We have another double five. Asperity still has that 2-point lead.
All right, and to everybody who is out in our Twitch chat, thank you so much for dealing with our audio delays. Dyson Jane here. It seems like we've got it squared away. Thank you for sticking around. And thank you to everybody out there in the YouTube chat. Everything's been fine for you guys.
That puts it at 20. Chris H has to get a clutch to tie. He lines up. Ooh. We're asking for caliper again.
Yeah, this is... I feel like that's where we're going to see the caliper coming out. So many bullseyes, oh my God. Shotnesser, you are absolutely correct. We mentioned it earlier, I don't know if you couldn't hear it because of the audio problems, but a majority of the throwers here, their previous stats up into the league were...
We got it out of Chris H. We got a tie. We're going to Big Axe. I'm sorry to interrupt you, buddy.
I love it. That's
but
all
we
right.
need Big Axe hype.
That Big Axe hype. Let's get Big Axe hype in the chat. I dig that dude's green hair. Yeah, I'm loving Asperity's hair as well, my dude. Oh, goodness, what was I saying?
You were talking about the average for bullseyes that
yes.
competitors coming in.
Averages for bullseyes for almost all of these players are well above 90%. It's more shocking to see them not hit a bullseye than actually hit a bullseye, if you catch what I'm saying.
We have a 3 out of Asperity for the red. That might just be for the in for the target, though. Oh, nice throw out of Chris.
I'm thinking it's in. It looks like it's towed in right inside the black.
Chris calling the 3.
Calling it. Man, with these new rules, it is so much more difficult to hit the shots you're trying to hit.
Asperity lining up his shot. And Asperity is full in.
Yeah, that one.
No questions asked. That one is completely bullseye. Chris has to match it here.
All right, Chris has got a match to keep his hopes alive. He throws. I'm not sure about that one. Nope. Chris calls a 3.
They touch Ash. I believe Asperity takes it 3 rounds to 0.
2 3-0s back to back.
Ironically, Chris was a part of both and saw the better side and the negative side of each.
That is true. But, getting 3-0'd and then getting 0-3'd, not the worst thing in the world. You've got one win under your belt. You got one loss. That's 50%, baby.
So we are double elimination today, correct?
To be honest, I'm not sure the tournament format of how the qualifiers are going to be played out. We are going to have the organizer Slab on the desk a little bit later tonight, and hopefully he'll be able to shed a little bit of extra light on some of these tournament setup that we're not quite familiar with at the moment.
I didn't hear what she said about it.
All right, and like we had mentioned, or like Dice had mentioned earlier, this is the largest prize pool that has been in an IATF tournament so far this year. As you can see the price breakdown up on the board now, first place is going home with $3,100. Second place is coming through with $1,200, and third place taking a solid $700 home with them. A nice chunk of change, no matter where you're making it out today. And look at that beautiful big check.
One lucky contestant is to walk in with that nice trophy. I've always wanted to see a person. I never got to.
You never got to hold a big check?
No, I've never got to hold it, and I won't today because there's no way I could compete with them.
Yes, and as you can see up on the board, 4th through 10th place are also going to go home with a couple $100 of their own. 500 going to 4th place, going all the way down to 100 for 7th through 10th. A nice chunk of change, really, no matter where you're coming from today.
Absolutely. At least it'll get you the flight home.
The flight home. You know, that is true. We have competitors coming out from all over the United States. Like we mentioned, we had a gentleman coming in from Canada just to compete in the tournament.
That is crazy. I did not think that would happen.
Yes, getting citizenship to perform in a sport that you are that passionate about. I love to see that kind of drive coming from the players.
That is a level of commitment I wish to have one day.
Yeah, just a small anecdote. I was here the other day, and that gentleman was actually referring to Slab and said, hey, can I pay the day of because my bank account isn't even set up yet? They haven't gotten back to me. I can't pay over the internet. Can I please still compete? And we absolutely got him in here, and he's having a great time. But we are going to throw it over to a commercial very quickly, have some messages from our sponsors and the wonderful businesses that we are in. Stay tuned, folks. We're going to have more axe throwing matches coming up right after this.
Ace, a skilled sharpshooter in their respective tradecraft. Do you have what it takes to be an ace? Located in Homestead, Pennsylvania at the Bank on 8th, Ace Axe Throwing is the place where you and your friends can throw axes, drink, have fun, and compete to become an ace. Open Monday through Sunday. Book your tickets online today at www.aceaxethrowing.com. Discover who the ace really is.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back with the next axe throwing match. It looks like we have, is it Jude and Fun Size who's going to be on our lanes next?
Say, I heard Jude and Fun Size, but I've also heard a couple of different things now. But I believe we're going to have Jude and Fun Size coming up.
Either that or Jude and Fun Size is on the left set of lanes. I am super excited for tomorrow when we know everybody's names.
Yeah, but we have a bracket in front of us.
Yeah, that is the one downside to having such international, or not international, United States competitors from all over the world. I don't know a lot of their faces.
No, this is not the familiar faces we've had with the Black Axe League before.
Yes, and if you're ever looking for another wonderful axe throwing league VOD to search for, check out Ace Axe Throwing's YouTube, where we have a VOD of that Black League up for the tournament that we had. Wow, words are hard. I'm stumbling. It's because I'm so excited because we're about to get into the next match.
So it looks like we're going to have HBO versus Ashley Hillard. Ashley is back. The last time we seen her move on in that first round against Bane Damage. So I'm excited to see if she can keep that streak running.
That is right, and much like HBO, I'm expecting to see a strong start. I really hope by Season 8 they don't drop off.
Oddly specific there, man.
Game of Thrones, I'm watching you. Well, not anymore because of, Season 8. But we are back here to lanes 3 and 4. The practicers are out of the way, and it looks like we are getting some scores in. I believe it was 3 apiece.
Yeah, we got 3-3. I think HBO is fully in, Ashley is fully in, so we got 8 and 8. Going into throw 3.
It all tied up.
HBO looks good. Ashley looks like some bleed.
You
no, even HBO has some bleed, so we're still tied 11-11.
Yeah, you could see Ashley shake her head as soon as the axe left her hand. They knew that one wasn't going to go in for him.
Nice and soft in for HBO, and beautifully matched by Ashley.
We're seeing thumbs up. Pair of bullseyes.
Going into the final throw, tied at 16. We could get some big axe height. We're both going high, too.
16 all, both throwing for clutch. Deciding to take the difficult road ahead here, but
HBO might be above. Ashley looks left.
Yeah, definitely not on Ashley, but it looks like we're getting the caliper out for HBO. Oh, man, here comes the season finale that we were hoping we wouldn't see.
Here we go.
I'm seeing the head nod, yes. And they tapped axes. I think we're going into game number 2.
HBO takes the first round.
All right, however.
Solid 5s all around.
Solid 5s. Like we mentioned, it's going to be more surprising when we don't see bullseyes here, especially after the first game. I feel like they've got their throwing arms warmed up and they're ready to bring the heat.
All right. Is that another set of 5s? Oh, no, we have a 3 out of HBO. We have a good from Ashley. Ashley with a slight lead.
It's all right. 1-3 isn't going to put you out of the running for the win.
No, but we've seen all it takes is that one difference, that one round of differences, and then they can just hold it off. Keep their competitors at bay.
We're seeing a head
shake. We got
shake.
Another ref call. Definitely one out of HBO. We know HBO got a 5 on this one.
Yeah, that's a solid bullseye out of the right side here, but we're measuring up Ashley's axe. Now remember,
coming out.
It can touch the black paint. However, it cannot break outside of the black paint.
So that circle is your friend right now.
So I'm expecting to see a lot more close calls a little bit later in the evening after the boards get chewed up. But even now, when everybody is hitting bullseyes, or at least the majority of which are bullseyes, the center of those boards are going to get chewed up real quick, and it can get a little hazy on where the paint actually breaks.
I think we're going to get a 3-point call. It looks like our ref is pointing out the tiniest bit of axe that may be outside of that ring, but they're still deliberating.
Yeah, getting the flashlight out, really trying to check.
It's got to be like the smallest of sliver, but I don't think any of it benefits you.
Waiting for the rest call. We're getting the other player's opinion here. HBO taking a look.
We have another ref. We have another ref coming down. This is the most controversial call of the night. Here we go.
I am loving it. Let's see where the drama shakes out.
Can you fit anything behind it?
That's interesting. There are quite a few ways to try to see if it's breaking the paint.
Now he's balanced.
Is he going to shine a light? Okay, all right. Trying to block the light from above, but look at it from underneath. It's so interesting. Now we got Slab up there. You can see in the bottom left, that is Slab, one of the wonderful tournament organizers. We're going to get him on the desk a little bit later in the evening. But that is 3 refs and 2 players that have gone through this call.
We're determining it's good. That's a 5er for Ashley.
All right, a pair of bullseyes in the end. Ashley keeps their 2-point lead going into throw
2-point lead. HBO matching right back, though.
Let's see if that 2 points can make a difference.
Ashley got a 3.
There's that 2-point difference.
And just like that, we're tied up. 18 all going into the final throw, and I think we're going high.
Both contenders throwing up the finger, signaling they're going for clutch.
HBO. And I think it's to the right for Ashley again. The clutch is the bane.
No, bane damage was in one of our previous games. But it's definitely a 0 coming out from Ashley. It looks like we're grabbing the calipers out to test HBO's clutch.
We're good. HBO takes the second round.
Ooh, right inside that 1 3/4 zone. The 1 3/4 zone. My favorite type of calzone, though not as filling as others. But enough about food. We are going into round number 3 in this best of 5. HBO is currently up 2 games and starting off with a solid bullseye.
Ashley matches right back, though. HBO with a second, and bull for bull. Nobody wants to drop a single point this round.
No,
Ashley's playing for her life.
Yeah, Ashley saw the last match going to the final throw.
Bull for bull.
There are no drops allowed here. Are the competitors allowed to drink while they throw? Shot Nestor, they absolutely are. In fact, maybe one drink will loosen you up. I don't recommend more than that. It could tend to go downhill pretty quickly.
Yep, from Ashley. And we're going to the final throw with HBO with a 2-point lead.
I see Lucas out there. Is there a bracket somewhere? Oh, Fallon also asking for a bracket. There is a bracket. As soon as we get to take a little break, we'll try to get one available, maybe throw it up on the screen in between matches so that y'all can see that information as well.
Ashley forced to go clutch and is high on it. HBO takes 3 rounds in a row.
3 3-0s.
3 3-0s. It's the sweeps. It's the game of sweeps today.
It's a trilogy of domination.
It's a trilogy of trilogies.
But with that, HBO does get the win under their belt. Ashley does take a loss. And we're looking currently through to find out where our next match is going to be. But that I feel like that match right there, you got to see how little a point difference, how such a small point difference can make such a large difference in your chances of winning.
Oh, yeah. Both times that Ashley had that lead and dropped it, HBO made her pay for it immediately with those clutches. And then that last one, HBO stepping up with their own 2-point lead and making Ashley have to go for that clutch, even though she had seen the entire time that she's had trouble with it. It definitely put the game away from her. That 2 points makes a difference. I know it looked like a long time we spent with those refs up there, but every point counts. Every point gets you just one step closer to that sweet, sweet first place.
And for all of you new viewers out there who may not be familiar with the sport of axe throwing, the way that the scoring system works, you can see the 3 rings inside the target. If you get inside the blue paint, it's 1 point. Inside the red ring is 3 points, and inside the black ring is 5 points. The green dots above are worth 7 points. That is what is called the clutch. However, you can only throw the clutch on the final throw of the game.
Absolutely. So it looks like we are going into this immediate match afterwards. We have HBO versus Asperity, and Asperity already has a 2-point lead going into the 4th throw.
And both players locked away their previous wins with a 3-0.
And I think we have some bleed out of HBO, and no, we are good on Asperity's side.
Now, HBO just had to throw a 3-game match. Do you think that puts HBO at a disadvantage?
No, I'm sure Asperity was off throwing somewhere. No, I have not seen one of these competitors sit down. If they ain't playing right now, they are off throwing somewhere to keep up with their nice muscle memory going. And Asperity locks it away. I think, oh, nope, we have HBO going high.
HBO can tie it up with a clutch.
And she's been killer with these clutches. And I think just a little to the left, that might have been the commentator's curse coming out.
Yeah, that's too far left, even from eyeballing it. Remember, now that the clutch is smaller, you can really tell when it's not going to hit.
Oh, yeah.
You can always tell when a clutch doesn't hit, but you can't always tell when it does hit. That's the fun of the sport, folks.
All right, and in round 2, HBO has a 2-point lead already going into the second throw. Asperity shanked to the right just a tiny bit.
Oh, that might be a little bit of bleed coming out from HBO, but a solid bullseye coming in from Asperity.
Say we are tied at 8. Asperity always does this throw, and then he drops his head, and it always looks like disappointment, but he has dead center bullseyes, so it throws me off every time. But we do have a 3 from Asperity that time.
3 from Asperity and the 5 from HBO. That takes HBO 2 points up, going into throw number 4 of game 2. Definitely a bleed, and with that, going into the final throw, it's tied 16 apiece.
We're both going up.
Insanity.
We're going high. Clutch height.
On your screen there, you see Asperity lining up for the shot.
Ooh, I think we both missed. It might be big axe height.
Waiting for the ref's call, but I do believe you're correct. I'm seeing zeros on either side. It's
They're
big
putting
axe
hatchets
hype.
down. It's big axe height, baby. Let's go.
Let's get that big axe hype in the chat. But
We need some big axe emotes.
Shot Nesser says, every time I hear calipers, I think of Oblivion. I'm sorry, I don't get that Elder Scrolls reference. I only played Skyrim.
I only played Skyrim.
But looking here, both competitors bulling in.
HBO lines up her next big axe.
Oh, I'm
Good
not
throw.
sure. We're getting a 3 call.
Is that it? Nope. Asperity lines up his.
All right, Asperity lining it up high and tight. There's a release.
There's a lead.
Definitely a 3. Both players grabbing 3. Neither pulled in yet. Great job, HBO. Kristen shouting out for HBO. HBO can take this second match. They've just got to really pull it in here. That looks like it's inside. I don't think that's breaking any paint. Oh, no.
She calls for the 3. That's, better to be honest, I guess.
Oh, man. You could see the disappointment on her face.
The excited skip immediately met with, oh, man. Asperity lines it up. Oh, I think we're in.
Oh, I think that's the end of that match.
That's 2 rounds for Asperity. See, anybody who's going back-to-back on the premier lane has immediately 3-0'd and then got 0-3'd themselves. And I think Asperity's proven to do it again.
Is this the curse of the right lane?
It might be.
Oh, my goodness. That does not bode well because I'm pretty sure the final is getting casted right on these lanes. But I digress as we get an update here on round 3. They're going to throw number 2. Asperity currently has a 2-point lead.
And he keeps it.
Oh, he's calling a 3.
Oh, is it bleeding?
We're getting the other player to
Ref
take
is
a
walking
gander.
up. I think he called the 3.
I believe they called the 3 as well. We're getting the score update here in a second. 8-all going
Tied
into
at 8.
3.
Oh, that might be high on Asperity too.
I don't know. We saw the thumbs up. It's 5s all around, 13-all. Throw number 4. And we keep finding ourselves in this situation.
So HBO definitely got the 5 there, and it's a 2-point lead for HBO.
All right, going into this last round, HBO can either take the bullseye.
Making Asperity go for that clutch.
All right, let's see if Asperity can lock it away with another green dot.
He was a little high last time.
Lines up the throw.
Oh, and we're high again.
I think HBO might have found Asperity's kryptonite. I think if HBO can take Asperity to the clutch each time, granted that does warrant they have to get a 2-point lead.
Yeah, you have to get there with a 2-point lead, and Asperity's not one to drop those bullseyes often.
No, we're seeing 5 apiece. Oh,
5 apiece.
5 apiece going into throw 2. HBO currently has 1 game. Asperity has 2. Asperity is still on game point. As a pair of bullseyes looks like gets locked in once again.
So we're going into throw 3, tied at 10.
I think
neither player giving an inch.
I think Asperity dropping the. Ooh, that I don't know if that's breaking paint, but
Nope,
he's calling it good.
We're good. Just toe it in.
taking that first game off of Asperity, I think kind of kicked his brain into overdrive here.
It's absolutely excellent. We're tied at 20. We're going up. Clutch height. Let's go. HBO has been a little bit more accurate with this game.
That was looking a little high.
And Asperity's high. I think we got big axes.
Big axe hype. Let's get it in that chat. And what is up, Tamirs and Bubbles a Forped joining us in the Twitch chat. Hope y'all are having fun. We're going into the big axe to determine if Asperity can lock away this game or not. Asperity taking the first throw.
And a beautiful bull's in.
It looks dead on from my eyes. Waiting here for confirmation. That is 5. HBO's got a bullet in, or they are out of this match.
I think we towed it in. We're good.
It's looking close.
She's excited.
All right, we're calling it. Not even a ref's looky-loo. Did I see the fingers? Are they going up already?
We're going up.
All right. Let's see if this big axe clutch.
I don't think we're high to the right.
HBO.
All right, HBO,
you
can take your second round.
And bringing it back, grabbing a reverse sweep here is really gotta feel good. It's gonna set the tone.
That's it.
It's
she
touching.
Got it.
Remember, with our modified Premier League rule set, we are allowing touch clutch for big axe, not on hatchets, but for big axe. So with that, 2 games apiece. We're going into the tiebreaker here to determine who takes the round.
Final round hype. Let's go.
All right, you're switching sides. We see HBO on the left, Asperity on the right. HBO.
Running it back.
HBO trying to
believe.
This is what I love to see.
Believe.
Both of them are looking close, but it might be a pair of threes both. Joe Deasy out there saying, nice job, stream team. You guys are doing a great job. Joe Deasy, thanks for having us. You have a great, wonderful venue here, and thanks for hosting this wonderful championship match.
All right, I think HBO is retaining her 2-point lead. Going into throw 3, she has 10-8. And she ain't giving a dime. Not a dime.
He's going to be joining you in a second.
Okay.
All right, going into throw number 4, still a 2-point lead in HBO.
And that's it. She retained it the entire time.
Going into the final throw.
Going
Do you
for
try?
bulls to put him at? No, she's going for bulls. She signaled. Puts Asperity in a clutch or lose situation.
Got to come out clutch here.
Going to check. And we're good. Clutch or lose situation for Asperity. He had 2 rounds in this game and then dropped them. Now it all comes down to this throw, or we go to big axe.
Lines it up. Can he hit? I don't think he's hit a clutch this entire match. Can he hit it here?
No. HBO with the reverse sweep.
That is the storyline we like to see.
That was a good round of axes. Holy crap.
That was a great, just looking at the scores going across, it almost always came down to throw 4 or 5.
Oh yeah. Say very, very little was given, and when they did, they took it. They held it the entire length of the rounds. They would not give an inch.
Generally speaking, whoever's got that 2-point lead, it has been taking it the rest of the way.
Say, like you said, it's always coming down to you're seeing the new smaller clutch come into play a lot more. These guys used to be able to bang out clutches like they were nothing. Now all of a sudden you can get them down to have to go for that clutch throw or break, and we've seen everybody break. I don't think we've seen anybody go into big axe over it.
I don't believe so either. Even as I've been perusing the other lanes, looking out for big axe throws, I haven't seen most of them going to clutch. Most of them stop as soon as they bull in.
Say HBO knew what she was strong with that game. She held it and she kept it the entire time. Saw Asperity struggling with those clutches and definitely made him pay for it.
Yeah, and I think the consistency on the clutches is really where we're going to see where the top contenders manage to break out of the rest of the group here. With the smaller clutch, with so much of it having to break paint, having the consistency up and down is really what's going to make a difference. But it looks like we are having our next match come up. We are grabbing names, but it looks like...
We got Bane Damage versus, I'm not sure, but we do have Bane Damage back up here.
Versus, oh, it looks like we're getting Ash Clutch'em.
Ash Clutch'em. Got to clutch them all.
Ash Clutch'em, you can See him up there. They just got their first throws in, and Ash Clutchum takes a 2-point lead.
Can he clutch it out today? Done it.
Right. Oh, now my sight line is being blocked, but that's okay.
So this must be an exciting round. We got a bunch of spectators gathering around.
We could also be getting to the point in the night where people are starting to get knocked out. People are also, we're getting to the point in the bracket where probably people are waiting for matches to come up. As their competitors are also throwing. We are still trying to get a bracket out to you folks. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can get a link from somebody else on the production team so that we can catch up on how the rest of the tourney's going. But this match, as that next throw goes in, I believe that ties it up 16 all. Throw number 5, baby. What do we expect to see?
We're going high. If it's tied in the final round, we're going high.
All right, let's see if we can get some clutches out of these folks.
Bane damage a little high.
Remember this. Ooh. Oh.
I think it's a little bit to the right.
It's looking right. Oh, we're getting a caliper.
We're calling for caliper, though he doesn't look too sure. That's definitely that's not the body language of somebody who nailed it.
With the 1 3/4 rule coming out, I don't think so. Even eyeballing it from here.
I'd be questioning every throw.
Yep, ref is shaking his head. That's a no.
So I believe we're going to Big Axe.
If you saw right there when he pulled the axe out, you could even see where the cut was made through that clutch. If it's not dead center, throw it away.
Yeah,
it's worth a 0.
But we got Big Axe hype first round, baby.
Big Axes coming out.
Now, we haven't seen Bane damage throw. I haven't seen Clutchum throw a Big Axe all night, and we haven't seen Bane damage throw since the first round since we started. So
let's see what he's got.
Lines it up.
Brain damage hitting, might be breaking paint.
I think he's calling for 3. Calling for 3.
Calls a 3 there. Let's see what Ash Clutchum can do.
Can he put it away with a 5er? Ooh, looks like it floated in.
Ooh, that was beautiful. I mean, what can you expect? He's been throwing Pokeball since he was 12 years old. He's got to be able to sail those right in. I've played Pokemon Go. I know how hard that is.
And that's it. Ash Clutchum takes the first round.
Clutches out the first round. Going into round number 2. Both competitors squaring up. Bane damage takes the first throw, and that's looking like a bullseye to me.
And Clutchum answers right back.
That's right. Now that you have a 1-game lead, you really want to hold on to that for as long as you can.
Play defensively. Match for match.
Now that is an interesting throw I'm seeing out of Ash Clutchum. Let's see if he does it again on this throw. But watch his hatchet technique. Using his other hand to kind of steady up and position where he wants it to go. Fully extending his arm out.
I think he nails it.
Barely any arm rotation coming out.
Barely at all.
I'm sorry, not arm rotation. You don't rotate your whole arm. That would be quite a trick.
Windmills that thing out of there.
But barely any bend in his elbow when he takes a throw. I don't think I've seen anyone else throwing like that. But I mean,
working for his advantage.
The results speak for itself. He hasn't missed a bullseye all game.
What's it, 20-11? We're calling for ref. We're calling for ref.
Getting a deliberation, but truly, even if this is a bullseye, that only takes it to 20-16. If he hits a 3, the game is over. And honestly, hitting a bullseye or a 3, almost guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's gonna walk away.
We've seen, I believe, the only full drop that we've seen so far was with the Big Axe. Am I correct with that?
Yes, that was the Mad Mac. Mad Mac?
Yeah, Mad Mac.
Monk. Yeah.
Mad Monk?
Mad Mork.
Mad Monk. Don't do Robin Williams like that.
16-20, 4-point lead already going into that final throw. He can just throw that bullseye and solidify it, and I believe that's it.
It looks like a 5, but like we mentioned, 5 or a 3 locks away the game, and they're going into round 3. Ash Clutchum taking a 2-game lead. Can we see 2 reverse sweeps in a row?
It's possible. I mean, that would be the hypest we could ask for here.
All right, I'm seeing a little bit of bleed from both sides. Let's see what the ref calls.
A 3 and a 5. So Bane damage has a 2-point lead. Maybe it is. All he has to do is retain that lead.
Yeah, Bane damage really does not want to get swept here.
Just no bleed. No bleed, hold it off, make him go for clutch.
No. Can we get shirts that say no bleed?
No bleed.
Hashtag no bleed.
Just all kinds of sayings. No bleed, going high, big axe hype.
Is there any other axe terminology that or slang that you find fun or funny?
Just the tip is always fun.
Going into throw number 4 here, we got 2 points up on Bane damage. Ash Clutchum being behind, even though he's 2 games up. Bane damage might be able to lessen that lead with this last throw.
18 to 16. Bane damage can make him, if he hits a bullseye here, Clutchum has to live up to his name, I guess.
Yeah,
and he does. He has to go up.
Now that I've seen Clutchum's throw, I really want to see how he throws for clutch. It looks like pretty much the same principle. Just steadying the blade with his right hand. He pops it up. No good.
No.
To the left.
That's a round for Bane damage.
It does break the paint, but that's not good enough for Hatchet. Bane damage managing to take a round. He's still got 2 more games that he's got to get out here, but certainly 1 step into the mile that is ahead of him. All right, both players throwing bullseyes going into throw number 2 here.
Bane damage takes it up, and I believe another 5.
Trevor Age and Shenanigans to far lane.
We might have some bleed out of Clutchum.
Oh, Clutchum. That it's not a full drop, but that's a 3.
That 2-point difference is back. That's it. Bane damage plays defense.
That could be Bane damage, bringing it back here, but that may be a bleed. He's kind of cocking his head either way, looking for it.
Oh, we got a 3. We're tied. Tied at 13. 2 throws left.
That has got to feel bad for Bane damage, but he can't let it get in his head. He's got to keep it tied here if he has a hope here.
Far left, but I think it might be in still.
A little far to the left.
Clutchum is fully in.
Ooh. All right, I believe that puts both.
We heading up.
Both at 18 apiece, heading up. Let's see if they can hit the clutch.
Get that high rise.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping for big axes here.
I want them both to get it, and then we go to big axes.
Ooh.
I do not.
They both look close.
Calling for caliper. Or, nope. Are we not?
Ash Clutchum did get the 7.
Got it. That's 3 rounds to 1.
I'm guessing that was Bane damage just approving that it was a clutch.
Good rounds, good rounds. Bane damage almost had that reverse sweep. Just faltered a little bit in that second round. That's all it was.
I think you have to get 2 games into the reverse before you can call it an almost. He had the first step.
It's very rare we've seen even 1 come back out of that 3 sweep. So I'm gonna give a little bit of wiggle room to some of the players.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems for most of what I've been seeing, whoever takes that first game has such a big momentum advantage going into the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, you cannot let the psychological of this game get to you. If you lose 1 round, you got to put it out of your brain immediately, because if it eats into your next couple of rounds, you are going to suffer for it.
All right, I want the shirt no bleed. Lucas wants the no bleed shirt.
See, no bleed.
Ace Axe Throwing, if y'all are listening out there, we need no bleed shirts. Stat.
I'm gonna say, especially for your commentators here, just no bleed. Ace Axe Throwing.
But looking at the bracket, I believe we're going to have Jude and Mad Mac. Mad Mac up again here in the right lane. Jude coming in on the left. We've already tapped axes, and I think we're past the point of practice throws.
Yeah, we probably are. Everybody's probably, like I said, everybody's been throwing since like 3 o'clock. We're into it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of practice going in today. I was here at 2 o'clock, and the lanes were already filled with people trying to get their game up. With that being said, though, that was throw number 2, and it looks like a pair of bullseyes once again, keeping a tie. 10. No, my apologies. Jude had a little bleed. 8 to 10 in favor of Mad Mac.
So here's something we haven't seen. Jude is actually doing a 2-handed throw. Most of the competitors that have come up have all done 1, and Jude's rocking the 2.
Yep, both players getting a 3 there. Now, from your experience, 2-handed throw versus 1-handed throw. I know it kind of comes down to personal preference with a lot of these players, but generally differences between each? Is there a situation where you may want to use one over the other?
It's very rare that I've seen anybody choose to go two-handed once you learn how to do one-handed. The two-handed gives you a lot more control over your wrist and kind of where you want to put it, but the one-handed gives you a lot better chance of your aim. You can line up your shot, you can bring it in exactly where your hands fall in. There's no counterweight or anything like that. So it is actually intriguing to see because it looks like she's only using her fingertips.
Oh yeah, you could see in that close-up right there. If we get that angle again, make sure to keep an eye on where her hands are placed on that axe.
But we do have Mad Mac taking the first round, 23-16, and we're off into the second round.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to know if that was an adaptation to the new rule set or if that's generally been her MO to throw.
What we got?
All right.
Tied
First
at 5.
throws, pair of 5s. Not sure here, but we're getting thumbs up for each, I believe.
We got thumbs up for each. It's 10. Oh, no, Jude says 3.
Once again, an honest thrower. We love to see it. That puts Mad Mac once again 2 points up, going to throw 3. And it might be another pair of bullseyes for the crew.
I believe so. Yep, 15-13. But again, just that 2 points. Those 2 points will mean everything throughout this entire tournament.
Ooh, it's that throw for Jude is towed in, but it was breaking the black paint. That's only 3 points.
And now just extension to a 4-point lead. Mad Mac can put it away.
All he needs here is a bullseye. He's lining up his shot.
Ooh, I think it's low. Did he give her a chance?
We're getting the refs out here. All right. Jude looks like he's going to take the first look. Ref's nodding his head. That is a bullseye, which means that is going to be the match. Well, sorry, the round.
The round.
We're going into round 3 to see how the match ends up. Do you think we're going to see another full sweep here?
If Jude keeps dropping those bullseyes like she has been in the very clutch rounds,
it's the second round. Every time we've seen, Jude has dropped a bullseye in the second round.
This could be the determining factor.
New curse. She lines it up.
But perfectly in. The Mad Mac not giving an inch. Not giving a centimeter. Oh, no, Jude calls the 3.
3's a piece,
Oh,
though.
Mad
3's
Mac
a piece.
gave it as well.
3's a piece. All right. Still a tied game. Jude can still try to bring this back.
Mad Mac might be a little high.
Pretty center on. We're getting
But
thumbs
I think
up.
we got 5s. We're 13 all.
13 all going into throw 4.
Jude with beautiful placement. Mac is high.
Mad Mac definitely throwing it just a hair too high. Going into throw number 5.
All right.
Jude finally has a 2-point lead.
Yep, put that bullseye in. Make him go high.
How many? We're getting a question from the chat. Oh, we'll get there here in a second. It might be a split.
That bottom might be hurting her. It's a 3.
Give
Ref
it a
going
look.
up, though.
It looked like she was giving the hand signal for 3, but honestly, the difference between Mad Mac having to throw a bullseye and a clutch is a wide valley to cross.
And he gets his shot. Mad Mac has to get the...
Mad Mac lining up. That is... Oh, is there any bleed?
Oh, did he bleed?
That's a 3.
Jude takes it.
Jude locks away the game with a 2-point advantage.
What a crazy round.
I didn't think that was going to work out, but honestly, even though Jude dropped that 3 in the second throw like she's been doing every single match, Mad Mac matched it there. Little bit of a lob coming out from Jude, but 5s all around it's looking like for throw number 1.
5s all around. Okay. Now this is the hard round. And Jude high.
But Rachel out in the chat asked how many folks signed up for the qualifiers. We had 28 competitors, I believe. We sent out invitations to the top 120 axe throwers in the country, I believe. And we had the top 28, or not the top 28, but the 28 who accepted our invite to come throw for that beautiful prize pool. I will say there were, I believe, 4 throwers who did not arrive by the time that the tournament started, so they were disqualified. So there were 24 throwers total today, and a majority of them are going to be going through to the championship matches starting tomorrow.
To catch you back up, we are in throw 4 of round 4, and it is tied 16 all.
Throw 5 of round 4, son.
Oh, throw 5. I apologize.
That's okay. I know I threw you off there by switching around my windows.
Jude goes for clutch and is far right. I think we're far right on both ends. We're going to Big Axe.
We're going to Big Axe to decide round number 4. Jude has to lock it away. I don't think we've seen Jude throw a Big Axe yet.
No, I don't think we've seen Mad Mac either.
All right, both players
so they're lining up.
Yeah, Mad Mac unclipping the Big Axe. Got to keep that protective sheath on it. Remember, folks, safety first when you're playing axes.
Determining which lane is best for them. And Jude lines up her shot.
All right, remember, folks, these are no bleed for bulling in. They have to get it all inside the paint. It's looking a little right, but it's a close. I can't tell with that shadow.
Say we're good. We got bullseye called.
Bullseye was called?
Bullseye called for Jude.
All right, Mad Mac might be able to let Jude back into this game and take it to game number 5.
Oh, nope. I think we're matched.
It's close. Oh. We're getting a rest call. We're getting a rest call out here.
Say I think it might be the 3.
If that's the 3, we're going into game number 5.
Calling good.
All right.
I think we're going high with Big Axe.
Yep, there you saw Slab okaying that 3, 5, sorry, which means we're going into Big Axe. Stumbling over my words. I'm so excited.
All right. Jude lining up.
All right, she winds back, takes the throw. That could be all in.
It's a 3. She calls for the 3.
This is Mad Mac's chance to lock it away. He can come out 3-1 in this match.
No bleed. Hashtag no bleed. Let's get it trending.
Hashtag no bleed, baby. Make sure to tweet Ace Axe Throwing out there on Twitter. Let them know the love.
That's no bleed because it's all 3.
It was all bleed.
Oops, all bleed.
Oops, all bleed. All right, it looks like they're still thrown for Big Axe.
Oh.
Once again, a close call.
Say I don't. Calling 3 again.
Neither of our competitors here managing to sink it in. All right, Mad Mac lining up, takes a throw. You hate to see it.
Did he bleed into 1?
Did he bleed into 1? No, it looks like...
We have some deliberation.
I believe it was a 3. We may be getting a rules clarification for what happens if you don't bull in.
No, we got small axes being grabbed.
It could.
Yep, we have Jude
All
with
right.
2 rounds. We're going into the final round, baby. Final round hype.
Game number 5 of
Comes
the
down
match.
to these 5.
We might be seeing another reverse sweep tonight, folks. All right, we're seeing a 3 come out from Jude and a 5 from Mad Mac, taking a 2-point lead in the first throw. At least Jude managed to break the curse of the 3-point second throw.
Yep.
Although, as I say that, sorry, Jude.
Been fighting back a lot, but still can't fight that 2-point deficit this round. There we go. But Mac answers right back.
Yeah, now that Mac wants to keep this 2-point lead as long as possible. We've seen 2 points be the difference in most of these matches that come down to the final throw.
Like I say, if you make your competitor go for clutch, it puts so much pressure on you.
We're seeing 3 and 3.
3 and 3s.
All right, Jude drops another 3, but Mad Mac does answer it with one of his own. We're 2 points up going into throw number 5.
I
That's
think
a
Mac
3 coming out of Mac. Jude can take the game with a clutch or tie it with a bullseye.
Say, I think we go for the bullseye here. Oh, but is she top?
I think it's too
That's
high.
a 3.
Mad
Mac secures it.
Mad Mac taking the final match with 2 points. Very close. I think we're going to see a lot of our games coming down to just that 2 to 4 point difference.
Oh, yeah. Say mainly that 2 point. That 2 point difference is going to be such a breaker.
Yes, we are also excited to bring on our third caster for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get him all geared up, please give a warm welcome in the chat to my boy Rick. Rick, we got your mic for you right here. Make sure to speak loud and proud. That mic's a little bit lower. But Rick, how are we doing tonight? How are you feeling?
This is excellent. I have never experienced this in a competition fashion before, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. But my goodness, everybody involved in this is really, really very good at it. Even the one we just watched here together.
Yep.
Mad Mac and Jude. That was really close. What I like about axe throwing and my kind of indoctrination into it is I like that it's intergender. I think that that's very cool, and the competition is fierce. I think there's from my sheet I looked, I think there's people from 10 different states by the time we get to into tomorrow. So this is really very exciting. It's a very cool opportunity. Let's face it, guys, coming back to some sort of normalcy and having a tournament and competition, it just feels good. Doesn't matter what it is.
Absolutely.
Feels great. We've got the thrower in the audience. We got the throwers in the audience behind us. We've got the throwers in front of us. What you do see currently on lanes 3 and 4 here, we got Ash Clutchum versus Mad Mac. Mad Mac trying to make it 2 games in a row that he can seal away, but we're tied 13-all going into throw 4.
Absolutely.
Guys, the accuracy of these throwers, it's incredible.
It's baffling.
It really
Baffling.
is. I mean, I came down just for fun on Saturday, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm fairly good at this. Nah, not even close.
No, in this game, it's all about consistency.
We're far right on Mad Mac.
Anybody can hit a bullseye with enough time, but it's all about hitting them consistently one after the other. But it looks like we are going to Big Axe here for the first round between Ash and Mad Mac.
Big Axe hype, baby. Let's get it in the chat.
We're going to see if our competitors here can bull in for this first throw.
Oh, he turned his hat backwards.
Mad Mac taking it up, lining up his shot.
When he turns the hat backwards,
And we have a drop. We have a drop.
I didn't see that coming.
Very rare you see anybody drop here.
We've only seen 2 dropped axes, at least on this stream today, and that was both on big axes.
You know what else is I really find unique about this is everybody's throwing style is a little bit different. I realize everything has to be compliant, but to me it's very unique that not everybody does this the same way. If you're an amateur and just to kind of enjoy it like me, I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do it. All these folks have honed in on a certain thing that they found their strength. However, whether it be in their footwork, whether it be in the way that they're throwing, whether it be an over the head or to the side, it's really unique. I mean, we see the competitors right now. I mean, 2 very accurate throws, 2 very different styles.
Absolutely.
Yep. A majority of the throwers out here today, above 90% accuracy on those bullseyes. Now, that being said, with all of the new rule set changes that we have seen, I do think we're going to see that accuracy drop a little bit, but as they get more accustomed to the no-bleed bullseyes, I think we're going to see that accuracy rise back up here in a few months.
So we got a 3 call coming out from Mad Mac, and it looks like we might need a ref on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting
Calling
a ref's
for a ref
decision.
for Clutchum.
And just to cover again, for anybody who's just now tuning in, just to go over some of those new Premier League rule sets, one of the reasons I think we're seeing all of these different types of throws. Bullseyes are no bleed. You can have no amount of the axe breaking through the black paint into the other side of the ring for it to be counted as a 5. The clutches have shrunk about 5/8 an inch in diameter, and clutches are no longer just breaking the paint. You must have 1 1/4 of the blade inside of that green dot for it to count as a 7 points. And one of the things that I think we failed to mention right at the beginning of the stream was the new foot fault rules. I think that's also why we're seeing so many different throws coming through on the big axe. during your normal hatchet phase, you're no longer allowed to step on that farthest red line when you take your step to throw. While you're throwing the big axe, you are not allowed to touch the black line. That's normally the line that you toe up on for the small axe. If you do step on that line, the first time it is a warning. The second time, your throw is thrown out and it counts as a 0 for that throw.
We haven't seen much of that, though. I don't think I've seen any of that.
I don't think I've seen any foot
as
fault.
of yet. I mean, I've been here a little while for just kind of walking around, really getting a feel for the tournament. And guys, I haven't seen that called. Now, I will say this. I would say today we'll probably see, I don't want to say a lax in rules, but tomorrow I think will be much different. I think the referees are going to be really on top of things like that, because really the competition's going to amp up tremendously tomorrow.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There's definitely a little bit of an air of comfort about it. Everybody's still kind of finding their footings, getting into the new rule set. Tomorrow we're definitely going to see a little bit more action coming on that front.
Yeah, I mean, the people that are here tonight able to get through into tomorrow I think are going to have, I mean, the level of competition tomorrow we know is going to be raised. But I think the people that managed to get through tonight kind of get used to and accustomed to these rules. I think they may have an opportunity tomorrow to, I don't know if it's an advantage necessarily over the competition we'll see tomorrow, but you're going to be in rhythm. Anything, repetition is key to anything. I don't care if you're throwing axes, shooting a hockey puck, free throws, whatever it is. Repetition is key, and these guys get an opportunity today to get into that groove, and that's good.
That's right. What we were seeing right there was throw number 5 of round 2. Mad Mac taking the lead because Ash Clutchum needed to hit that clutch to be able to tie up the match. We're going into the round 3.
Okay.
All right, folks. That was throw number 1. Next throw coming up. 3s all around.
Clutchum is lining up.
That looks good.
Good from both competitors. Tied at 8.
All right. Going up to the line. Throw number 3 coming through. With 1 game apiece for each player, nobody wants to be the first one to drop.
So yeah, you do not want to give your opponent the chance to have match point at any point in this game. Both competitors knows what it's like to win and definitely have to fight at least through 5 rounds that we've seen. So they don't want to have to go to round 5 again. As hype as it is for us, none of these competitors want to see a round 5 anymore.
No, you want it.
Big drop.
Ash had been, I mean, he was dead accurate on the last 2 throws before that one, and you could see that really bothered him. Obviously, a competitor from the state of Maryland. So here is a visitor, and he was on a roll there for a second, but you can see he's a little frustrated with himself. Let's see how that.
He's got to hit the clutch.
Go up.
He's got to hit the clutch, Rick, to be able to tie this up.
That 2-point difference coming in again.
Dice, do you think we're going to see it?
I haven't seen anybody.
Cast
really
a prediction.
on that
Cast a
clutch.
prediction right now.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
Oh, well, I'm going to say yes.
I think he's just slightly above it.
I'm going to say no one hangs their head like that for a victory.
No, certainly not. And I think, honestly, guys, I think he got into his own head there a little bit after those consecutive 5s. I mean, he was bullseye, dead eye. And I think he just got a little frustrated.
He calls it. The ref gives it to him.
Oh,
there
look.
well, I didn't see that coming.
Look which caster was correct. That makes me the alpha caster, I suppose.
Well,
Go
I
ahead,
will
lead it.
ascend my throne and predict the rest of the matches
I was
as
gonna say,
follows.
let's just shut this stuff down and head home. I mean, you already know what's going to happen.
I'm going to say we can head to Vegas, right? This is across the state, so we can put in some kind of bet with you.
There you go.
Absolutely. And Shot Nesser out in our Twitch chat. Thank you so much for redeeming us. Stay hydrated. Everybody out home, if you got a water, a beer, your favorite beverage, go ahead and take a nice little sip. Hydration is important, folks. We're going into the big axe throws here on our right lane. That's a definite
match
3
match.
coming out.
Both competitors getting that 3. We're looking for bulls in now.
Let's see, Ash might be able to lock it away. And there you can see that interesting. Oh, he does get a little bit more elbow on it. But that's a drop. That's a completely
drop.
dropped axe.
And that's the second one in the last 5 minutes. We hadn't seen it really any.
Yeah, I'm.
Different matches, but still, we hadn't seen really too many.
Yeah, it's curious. I'd be curious to know if it's a little bit of nerves coming in, just from being in this position, or if it's just that he's been throwing for so long already. You know, like we mentioned, we've seen a lot of these competitors here from 3 o'clock onwards throwing repeatedly. If there is a point where warming up is too much and you're just going to tire yourself out, especially when you've got a whole championship game tomorrow that you're hoping to throw in.
And like Rick was talking about different throwing styles, we did see the one-handed throw come out for Ash Clutchum in that. Mac was doing the original two-handed, but Ash has been doing that one-handed. I've been seeing a lot of practice today with.
And that's what it's going to take with the new changes to the clutch. Entirely different throwing style you have to adapt to.
3 from Mac.
As we see,
That's a 5 over here in 4.
So Clutchum with a 2-point lead, and we know how big that 2 points can be the entire round.
yeah, Ash was really going to want to hold on to this 2-point lead if he hopes to bring back to a tie and go into Game 5.
Not giving up an inch.
Yep.
Looks like
went back. I was going to say went back to. I think it's an even draw here.
13 all going into throw number 4. Now last game. Oh, as I speak, we do see a 3. Just waiting for confirmation.
Just got that 2 back.
Thumbs up for Ash. I believe that's a 2-point lead.
And Ash is going for the bullseye, make him go for clutch.
In our previous tournament, we didn't see clutch being nearly as much of a death sentence as it is here.
Oh, it looks like he got that one.
Yep. Mac is forced to go high.
Solid 5 points. Let's see if Mad Mac can bring it back. Otherwise, we're going to Game 5 here in this round. Here we go.
I don't think.
I think we're lower left.
Yeah.
No, he
Definitely
pulls it right
left.
out.
You could see it breaking paint there, but that is not enough until you get to the big axe. With that, it's a tied game. At this point, you got to shake off everything that you just saw in the last 4 games, and you got to come in it with a clean mindset.
Absolutely. Final round hype in the chat. Let's go.
What do we got there?
Hashtag no bleed, folks, but I'm not sure about that Mad Mac throw. He does go 2 points down. Ash takes an early lead. And
Play defense now. Just focus in.
it's all about consistency here. That one's looking a little low.
Yeah,
we are getting the thumbs up. 5s apiece.
Going into the third throw. Still only a 2-point difference.
that one's
Mac
pure.
left. Nice and clean.
Not sure, waiting for confirmation. Looking like thumbs up all around. My apologies,
Yeah.
Mad Mac called the 3. That's 4-point lead for Ash Clutchum, and at this point, he can sit pretty comfy. As long as he doesn't drop an axe, he can have this one in the bank.
And he's not intending
Yeah,
to.
he drilled that one.
He's going to walk away.
Still a 4-point lead. Ash just has to hit the bullseye to finish the game out. If there's any bleed on that axe, Mad Mac can come back with a clutch to tie.
That's true.
That's true.
I do believe so.
Straight ahead. Max putting his cover on, and that is the game.
Resheathing,
the real deal.
resheathing his axe. And I'm not quite sure who we're going to have next up on deck, but that's another game going to round 5. At least that one wasn't a reverse sweep, though. We could have seen the reverse sweep coming out there, but
No,
a
you saw
little bit of back and forth.
You saw Clutchum take that first round, and then Mac had him scared for a little bit. Mac had him on the ropes, and then all of a sudden Clutchum honed in. He hit that clutch at round 4 that sent him into Big Axe. That was the difference maker for that one.
And I don't know about you guys, but I actually thought that he had frustrated himself so badly he was going to fall apart. That was a hell of a comeback.
So he started to play in his own head, and then he managed to clear his mind, and he followed through the entire time. He did not let that 2-point lead go in that last round.
Yep, emotions are definitely a factor you need to bring into this game. If you get in your own head, you just get a little bit upset, that could be it. That's going to throw off your entire throw and your entire game plan. We still don't have another competitor lining up here.
Hey, Joey, t-shirt guys here.
Oh, but it sounds like there's a t-shirt guy here. Did we get our no bleed t-shirts already?
Oh, that would be the
Ace
fastest
Axe
service
throwing.
I've ever seen.
The turnaround here at Ace Axe Throwing is nothing short of the most professional I've seen. I guess whether you want shirts, axes, some fun entertainment, just a night out to enjoy yourselves, come on down. We have such a safe and sanitary complex here. We got axe throwing. We got virtual reality. I think we got a ping pong table upstairs.
We do.
But more
And
exciting
cornhole.
than that, we've got escape rooms downstairs. 3 wonderful Gen 3 escape rooms. So we are going to step off of the caster desk here for a little bit. We're going to grab a little bit of grub, get ourselves resituated. We're going to throw it to a quick commercial. We'll be right back with our next match. Welcome back, folks. We are tuning into Slizzard versus Ash Clutchum. Still in round 1. They're going to throw 5, tied 16 apiece.
And we're going high already. Ooh, it might be a little bit to the right for Slizzard.
We got axes going up on a Friday. Oh, that was
might be a little high.
looking a little high on both sides. But you know what that means.
That's big axe height.
It's time for my favorite part of the game. It's time to get the big X hype. And David, I can confirm we do have a bracket. We will be showing that up on the screen at the conclusion of this match. So stay tuned. We'll show that here in about 5 to 6 minutes. But that is confirmed as we go into Big Axe lane. Ash is going to be throwing first. Let's see if he can bullet in. Big Axe has been the bane of every thrower today that we've seen.
I don't think we've seen a clutch with the big axe at all yet, but he's calling for his 5 with it.
It looks like a 5 from back here.
Competitor, and she has no idea, so we're calling up the ref.
Slizzard calling for the ref's decision here. Remember, folks, if it is anywhere outside of that black paint ring, it is considered a 3 and not a bullseye. And it's close. And the boards are just going to continue getting a little bit chewed up all night. So
yeah.
I think we can expect to see this a little bit as we get a little dance party. Ash Clutchum, not only a proficient axe thrower, also got some sick moves.
Calling a good on the 5.
Ref still.
Clutchum is completely in.
All
so
right,
now Slizzard has to match.
going to retrieve that axe. Slizzard, number 27. Going to take that throw. We're going to see another one-handed throw. Resting on the shoulder, trying to use that rotation to her advantage. It might be in.
I think we're in. We're good.
That's
Or
a
big axe.
thumbs up. That was a toe in, and they're calling high. Let's go for clutch.
We're going up.
Who's going to be the first person to hit the big axe clutch?
Take that elevator. Meet me on the 7th floor. Taking his time. We're touching.
Ooh. Now, that's right. Remember, on Big Axe, it is touch clutch. So not as difficult as it
Is
could
it just
be.
below?
Not as difficult as it could be, but definitely still a hard one to get.
I think Slizzard called it low.
And we are seeing some praise in the chat from Madison, screaming, "Let's go, Bobby! Let's go, Bobby! I believe in you, Bobby."
Slizzard is far right on it.
I don't believe in that clutch, though. Do not believe in that clutch.
No, we still have big axe being thrown. Neither competitor was able to hit the clutch, no matter how close Clutchum's looked.
And Fed Up out in our Twitch chat, redeeming another stay hydrated Thank you so much, Fed Up.
Oh, it's very high with that one. Slizzard lining up again.
Slizzard can take the game. All she's got to do is touch that clutch. Any amount of green paint will do. There's, ooh. Splits the board, but not the clutch. Just a hair too short. And you can see right there that toe-in throw. Like you were mentioning, you ain't got to throw it too hard. If you get that rotation on and just the toe-in, you can see how hard you can split a board.
Absolutely. And we're high again.
Too high. They're wobbling back and forth.
See, Slizzard's been kind of honing in where Clutchum's been getting further and further away from it every time now.
Let's see if she can zone it in on this last throw.
We're still in round 1.
That's to the left. Yeah, yo, we're still in round 1 of a best of 5. There is quite a lot to throw left in just this match, much less the rest of the night. All right, here we go.
Clutchum lines it up, and we are
Sorry,
to the right.
Looked a little wobbly when he
Decent
bent
amount
his
of
elbow
space.
back, and that's really the drawback of the one-handed throw on the big axe.
Say that's the main thing you're noticing is that these people are just barely missing it. Remember, 5/8 of an inch was taken off of this clutch, so they are used to a certain circumference they're used to hitting, and it's not there anymore.
Yeah, Slizzard's last throw, definitely more than 5/8 away, but I digress. That 5/8 inch is truly making a difference. I think this game would definitely have been over already.
Each competitor has had throws that have come within that 5/8 of an inch difference.
Absolutely. There he is lining up again. That one looks straight and true.
Oh, we
Not
have
enough
a
force on it.
drop. We have a drop.
That's a drop axe. Slizzard just has to stick it, I believe.
Say, I think we went back down to 5s, and he dropped it on the 5.
That's it. That's game. That's match.
And that was only round 1. We still have a lot of axe throwing to do.
That was close the whole way through, and honestly, I hope to see more matches like this.
Say, big axes go down. Let's do our 5 normal throws so we can get back to some more big axes. That's what we want.
All right, players switch side. Now you get to see Ash on the left, Slizzard on the right as they line up for their first throw.
Say, I think we have bleed from Slizzard, but Clutchum looks completely in.
Oh, sorry,
nice
Mike.
hit.
Professional casters, that's what we got here, folks. We're seeing a 5 from Slizzard.
And I believe a 5 from Clutchum, unless his bottom's low. But no, we got the
Thumbs
thumbs
up.
up.
All right, lining up for throw number 3.
And it
That
still
one's-
could. Oh, we have a 3 from Clutchum. That ties it up.
Throw number 4, both people at 13 points. That one may look a little bit low. (18-16), Ash 2-point lead.
Going for that bullseye to make Slizzard go clutch. Just cannot drop it here. Slizzard goes to confirm. No. Oh, the bottom might play. We have ref walking up.
Ref going up to make the call. Now remember, this is still the first throw. What we're really looking for here, this is going to determine whether they need to throw a bullseye or a clutch to tie it up.
And they're calling bullseye, which means Slizzard does have to go to that 7th floor elevator shot in order to just get to the big axes.
I think I missed it. What did the ref pull out of his wallet? A measuring implement of some sort?
A card to make sure there was room.
Oh, pulling out a card to make sure that there was still room there. I love seeing all the ways that the refs determine whether things are breaking paint or not.
Saying I think that
Maybe not the most interesting point of the game, but I like it.
That was a miss from Slizzard, which means we have a round each for Ash and Slizzard. And both kicking off with some 5s.
Love to see it. One game apiece. At this point, it's a best of 3. Let's see if Ash can bring back a sweep.
Ooh, we might be a little outside on Ash.
Waiting for confirmation.
Calling
Ash calls
for
it a
the
3. With that, Ash goes down 2 points. Slizzard's up, going into throw 3 of round 3.
And I think she's a little up as well. And just like that, I think we're tied. Tied at 13, going into throw 4.
All right, nobody wants to go into throw number 5 with a deficit. We're looking for 2 bullseyes here.
Bullseye from Slizzard. I think we're high on Ketchum.
I think Ketchum's okay. Oh, he's calling the 3.
So I'm starting to get the eye, man. I'm starting to see it.
2 point. That's okay. I'm wearing my glasses today, and I still can't tell. I'll stick to the scorecard from now on. But the scorecard currently reads 18-16. Slizzard up by 2.
It drops to the 3.
Ash Ketchum just needs to hit a bullseye here to be able to tie it.
I think he was contemplating going for the clutch.
He was contemplating it. I didn't see the ups though. Going for the bullseye to tie.
Oh, did he bleed?
Might be a little bleed. He looked disappointed.
Slizzard takes the round.
That's 2 points to Slizzard. Ash is now playing the Ketchum game.
So we've gone back and forth. The catch-up game.
Thank you. Thank
There
you.
you go.
You laugh, now I can laugh at it. But I digress. First throws of the round going down.
I think we're bulls all around. Oh, we're questioning Slizzards. Nope, we're good.
Throw number 2. Slizzard has a 2-point lead.
And just tossed it.
And just like that.
Oh, maybe not. Ketchum not throwing as clutch as he should be right now.
Yeah, but it's not for Slizzard. Once you are ahead, it's not enough to stay ahead. You need to get more ahead. That is a 5 coming in for Slizzard. We'll see if he can match.
I think Ketchum. Oh, I think he knows.
I think we're seeing the same thing that happened last round. Ash is just getting a little bit too much in his head. He's thrown himself off. That's 4 points down going into throw number 4.
Now this is as far as we've seen of a deficit. If it gets any bigger than this, I don't think there's a coming back point.
We're seeing a little bit of crosstalk. I didn't quite catch what that was about. Maybe we can figure out a little bit later. That's a 5 from Slizzard.
Oh, is Ketchum high? I think Ketchum's high, and I think he knows it. That is a 6-point lead.
Slizzard just has to hit paint, and the game is done.
Oh, if she hits 1, it's not, but that puts it away.
There's the game. That short little hop and skip can show you that skip in her step. That's a 3-round game.
That's a 3-round game.
Well, technically a 4-round match, but the 4th round going over to Slizzard. And now I believe if we can get that bracket graphic up on the screen for y'all to see. Maybe. Giant bracket going up there. As we get that situated in the window so that you can view it more, I think we're going to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors here tonight. We want to say thank you to Elm City Boards. Big thank you to Elm City Boards, who donated all the special cottonwood target wood being used for this tournament.
For those people in attendance, make sure to head over to the bar for all kinds of Jim Beam specials, from peach to apple to their original blend. Ace Axe Throwing has all of the targets covered with Jim Beam.
We want to send a special shout out to Whiskey River Trading Company, proud sponsor of tonight's event. They are your one-stop shop for axe throwing supplies. Whether it be flying fox or council tool axes to sharpening stones and leather goods, make sure to check out Whiskey River Trading Company for all of your axe throwing hatchets and accessories needs.
Also, located in historic Bank on the 8th building alongside Ace Axe Throwing, Escape Room Pittsburgh was the first escape room in Pittsburgh and offers 3 high-tech Generation 2 escape rooms. Come on down and play.
If you've never been to this building, and even if you don't want to axe throw and you don't want to go through the escape room, the building itself is historic. I mean, here in Homestead, Pennsylvania, I mean, I know I got a couple years on you boys, but yeah, I know I'm showing my age, but the idea that we're here in Homestead in an axe throwing tournament next to a giant entertainment and restaurant complex here at the waterfront, This is pretty amazing for someone of my age to think that this is not what this was all intended to. Homestead used to be a hustling, bustling kind of area when the mill was here, and then, of course, we all know what happened in Pittsburgh and the steel mills. But the fact that, that Joe has brought this building back and made it what it is, this is a special place.
Oh, absolutely. Brought it to life.
Yeah,
there's a bank vault right behind us. Let's go ahead and check out the brackets, boys.
Oh, that's much too far for my tiny eyes to see, but y'all at home can see it quite perfectly. Let me see if I can bring it up here so we can have a larger one. But Dice, why don't you vamp a little bit?
So we've seen a lot of competitors throwing today. We've seen, it looks like we're still waiting out to see who else remains. It seems like our numbers are starting to dwindle down a little bit. More people with drinks in their hands rather than axes, and we got one lane throwing left. But we might be in for some board switching. I am seeing on 1 and 2 we have some centers coming down and getting replaced up. So not too much of a problem with that chewed up board like Jane was mentioning, because we do have a lot of people on standby ready to just slap up some new boards and keep this competition rolling.
Yep, and it does look like we are getting into close to the semifinals, if not in here already. I see 1, 2. Only about four or five matches left before we start getting into those championship games. Well, not championship games, my apologies. The semifinals and finals of our qualifiers here
this
today.
Is still qualifying. I mean, we do have to keep in mind that 20 competitors today will qualify till tomorrow. So though there is a chance to drop, it is not that big of a chance to drop, which is why you might see a little bit of some relaxation. They are still playing for seed, though, so every throw does still count.
You want to talk about you were talking about some of the board changes. I mean, there's an impressive stack of wood in the front of this building, and we're going to go through a lot of wood.
Oh yeah,
here in the next, the rest of this evening and into tomorrow. And this is special cottonwood, and we do appreciate the sponsors making sure that we can provide this at the highest level.
That's right. You want a nice soft wood to be able to throw in and get that nice stick, provided, of course, by the wonderful people at Elm City Boards.
Thank you again.
We also want to send a special shout-out to our last sponsor of the evening, Frank and Francis, located in Pittsburgh's Shadyside neighborhood. There's a little something for everyone at Frank and Francis. Whether it's Frank's Bar and Grill, a neighborhood gathering spot focused on the idea that really great food and really great beer are delicious together.
Or maybe you want more intimate, classic fine dining experiences. Then Francis's is the place for you. And in an industry where the trend is exclusively pretentious and undefinable ingredients, our mission is to deliver simple food with ingredients one can pronounce, understand, and above all, enjoy. We are the restaurant and bar where Sunday dinner happens, and every day you will always feel welcomed.
And you can also support this local eatery when you come down here to the bank on 8th, as Frank's Taco Shop is now open and serving delicious street tacos and mouth-watering Detroit-style pizzas. I know, fellas, I just ate one. Again, this is Frank's Taco Shop right here inside of Ace Axe Throwing.
Yeah, what type of pizza did you have?
I went for the one with the steak and the ranch because why just eat a pizza when you can eat a sandwich and a pizza at the same time?
Absolutely. The buffalo chicken slaps it. Extremely good.
I mean, I have been here 3 times in the past 6 days, and I've eaten 3 different types of pizza, which I don't know is something I should be sharing with the world, but I can tell you this, I've never complained. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. I mean, and the owners are here. I mean, that's kind of the cool thing. I mean, they circulate through all their different businesses, but they're here. You can come up, you can talk to them. And by the way, Frank and Francis is in a Shadyside neighborhood. I would call ahead for seating because a Shadyside restaurant right now, especially with things opening up, probably going to be packed. So get your reservation in and go out. It's time to go out and enjoy.
You guys want to do an interview?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got Jigsaw. Hold up. Face paint.
All right, we're gonna Nick's gonna grab Jigsaw, and we're gonna have a little conversation with him.
Send it.
We're gonna go ahead and take this commercial break. When we come back, Jigsaw will join us right here in the broadcast. We are in the bank on 8th at Ace Axe Throwing.
Ace, a skilled sharpshooter in their respective tradecraft. Do you have what it takes to be an ace? Located in Homestead, Pennsylvania at the Bank on 8th, Ace Axe Throwing is the place where you and your friends can throw axes, drink, have fun, and compete to become an ace. Open Monday through Sunday. Book your tickets online today at www.aceaxethrowing.com. Discover who the ace really is.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at Ace Axe Throwing here in historic Homestead, Pennsylvania, and we are here with one of the hometown favorites for this. Jigsaw is joining us, and so far you have been splitting the competition nicely. And welcome to the broadcast. How much fun is this for you, Jigsaw, to throw out of one of your hometown spots?
I mean, I love it. And you know what? I was coming here with, am I going to, do good or am I going to do bad? But, I love everybody so much. This sport is so welcoming to everybody. And if you don't do it, just try it, because everybody is so accepting. They want you to do well. If you're not doing well, they'll go ahead and teach you how to do well. And that's one of the reasons why I'm still in this now, because everybody is just amazing all around. And the throwers here tonight are unbelievable. Just amazing.
It has been something. I mean, watching this, because obviously tomorrow is a big day for this. But who's here today? I mean, it's making an impact. We have seen some really great matches so far. I want to talk to you about this because I think this is kind of important for people that, and obviously they can see on the screen now too. You are one of the more colorful characters, at least for today. I know there will be some colorful characters tomorrow, but I mean, this is a lifestyle throw for you. This isn't casual. You're doing this for real.
Yes. I used to throw out like Valhalla. If nobody knows what that is, it's out in Greensburg. Love everybody out there. And I used to dress up like a Viking and, put face paint on myself. And I just continued that out of what I'm doing. And, I feel like when I have a good time and I'm not so concentrated on what is going on, I throw a lot better. When you're up there and you're trying to throw a bullseye, most of the time you're not. When you're up there and you are like, I'm going to throw and I'm going to get a bullseye. That is when you're in that nice state of mind that you don't have to worry about what you're throwing at. And with everybody that is here tonight, they've done just that. When they throw, they're throwing for bullseye, and with the new rules, that's how it is nowadays.
How have the new rules impacted how you throw? This is something we had talked about during the broadcast, that there are new rules, and the fact that you're here today and hopefully going to be back for tomorrow, how is it an advantage to be here today to get used to those rules before everybody else that's coming in tomorrow gets here?
I think so, but also you have a lot of people up there that are just killing it. You know, Konechkin is a stud. He throws out of his mind, and you know, we'll see what it goes on tomorrow. But I'm going to throw my best and do what I can, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then I'll go ahead and cheer on the people that are kicking ass.
You're the kind of competitor we want. Thank you so much, Jigsaw. We're going to get back to the matchup, and we'll see you around here all weekend.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get back to the match.
All right. We are pulling up the match here. Give us one moment. It does look like, I believe we're seeing HBO versus Rover O. HBO on the right, Rover on the left. We're currently in round 2 of 7, so it's important to note that we have switched over to a best of 7 for each round. Currently, we're going into throw 5. That's what we're seeing deliberated on here. Rover has a 2-point lead over HBO, and Rover did take the first match of the set. We would also like to welcome Dice back onto the casting desk. Dice, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me back. Truly appreciate it. Yeah, I was watching the game from the background there, and it came down to the big axis between Rover and HBO, and I think she just faltered just a tiny bit right at the end.
And you guys had mentioned what came out of the wallet. Referees using a credit card. I mean, that's the kind of margins we're looking at here.
The slightest of difference. It's just that tiny bit.
Yeah, anytime they have to break out the calipers, it gets my heart all giddy.
I will say, walking around a little bit, talking to some other competitors, HBO is a little bit of a fan favorite here today.
HBO being a fan, we have seen Kristen out in the chat shouting out HBO.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times.
Ooh, that looks like a solid clutch.
I don't know that you can do it any better than that, boys. That was dead center.
Perfect.
No question about it.
And that's been her strength. The clutches have been great for HBO this round.
All right, and with that,
we're tied and going to Big Axe again. Big Axe hype in the chat. Let's go.
Now, by this point in the night, we are going to see some A bracket and B bracket matches. However, I believe both of these competitors are in the A bracket. I'll make sure of that.
I believe so, because I think I watched HBO's one of her earlier matches, and I'm pretty sure that she did win.
Which means...
but we have.
Oh no, my apologies. They are in fact in the B bracket. It looks like. Yep, we can see here they are in the B bracket. She may have dropped the game on another lane while we could not see it. However, HBO with clutching in that clutch at the end, she did manage to.
She took it to Big Axe, but she dropped on Big Axe there. So Rover has 2 rounds on her now.
Yep, and remember, first to 4 points wins.
Coming out strong there. But Rover O shall not be outdone.
No. I don't think we've yet to see Rover on the stream yet today, so I'm excited to see his throws.
I'm excited to see what Rover can bring out, new to the stream lanes.
And I think they both pulled again.
I don't think Rover's dropped a bullseye yet.
Not that I've seen.
Obviously, HBO feeling the pressure a little bit, and I think she just pulled again. Ooh. I think Rover O's looking at a 3 on that one. I'm not sure.
Thank you, Bubbles, for the hype in the chat. This match is definitely going to get hype, but Madison's calling it out for Rover O. We got some mooring fandoms in the chat. Make sure you let your opinion be known. Who you think is going to take this game?
Rover went up.
Yeah, they went up. I think HBO missed her clutch attempt, and
it's close.
I think they're calling it for him.
We did see the clutch called for Rover,
and that's it. That's 3 rounds. So luckily, it's a best 4 out of 7 right now. Or HBO would have been the first time I've seen HBO actually get 3-0'd.
And they are back to it already, and I think they had a matching 5s there in the first round, in the first throw.
Rover yet to drop.
Yeah, and we've seen HBO's strong suit being her clutch throws. It's going to be a real problem for her if Rover is equally as zoned in on those green dots.
Boy, he's definitely zoned in on Bulls. My goodness. I mean, it's almost automatic.
10-all going into the third throw here.
She's good for 5 and matched
Rover's
again.
clean.
We could be seeing it come down to clutch again. Throw number 4.
HBO's a little low.
She went down to the knee knowing that might do her in.
I say that might be the window of opportunity closing right there.
That's a 2-point lead for Rover. Now the question is he going to go higher or is he just going to stick it in the bullseye and let HBO try to
You
make
hit
it?
that bullseye, you walk away.
I agree. You're killing it. You're killing it with Bull. Just dance with who brung you, as they used to say.
It
Great
puts
throw.
all the pressure on HBO immediately, and you can see how it affects.
Great
4-0.
throw. No touch clutch on hatchet phase, which means Rover O is going to take the set in the first 4 games. That was a strong showing.
That was a real strong showing. He looks. He looked unaffected. All right, Jigsaw, who we just had on, is being called up to the lanes. We'll go ahead and take a break as they get ready to set up this next matchup, and we will be back after that right here from historic Homestead at the Bank on 8th. Welcome back to Ace Axe Throwing. It is all about. That last game that we watched was just filthy. That was a filthy sweep. And obviously, a lot of in the chat, people pulling for HBO. A great showing by her. And now we are back up to Bob B and Tim S.
And we have 3s all around coming into the final throw of this frame. We have 18-18.
All right. We see the ups.
Going up.
Going up.
Yep. And it is important to note that the winner of this game is going to be facing Jigsaw in the winner's bracket.
We're wide left on both competitors.
I think we're going to see, not that we have not seen excellent talent coming out all day, but I think this is where we're going to start separating some of the top-tier talent to see who's rising up to the cream of the crop and who we're really going to be looking at tomorrow during the championship matches as well.
That's why I think it's such an advantage to be able to come here and throw tonight. Especially if you work your way in tonight, from tonight into tomorrow. That mentally, I think that does something. You're on a streak.
Yeah.
Or at least you're starting one.
You already got a nice edge. You go home feeling nice and already loosened up, and then you can come back at your best. Looks like we got a 3 from Bob.
Also, a rare pair of throwers just using their first names as their throwing names. You don't see that too often. Here we go. Tim lining up, taking the shot.
I think we're in the 3 as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, yeah, I think so.
Thumbs down, he's calling the 3. Going back, second one. Bob steps up to the line. Strong square stance. He's going to line up. He winds back, takes that throw. Ooh.
And we're in the 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's in the 3. It looked good.
That was a great toe-in throw, just came a little bit under, a little bit of over-rotation on that one. Tim's just got to match the 3 points here.
Or put it away with the 5.
I think he's at a 3, isn't he?
Yep. Still in the
Thumbs down, breaking paint. Remember, folks, you cannot bleed on the bullseye at any point. Whether hatchet or big axe, any bleed outside of that black circle will denote a 3 instead of 5 points.
That is strong. Nah.
Nope, still low.
And you can see visibly upset about that because I think he has. He's throwing it exactly the way he wants to. It's just not connecting where he thinks it would go.
That half an inch too late.
And I think this is also where we're starting to see the new foot fault rules coming into effect. If you notice, it keeps landing just a little bit shy, and I'm wondering if that's because he needs to stand a little bit further back for his throw than he may normally be used to.
Possibly. That is a very big possibility coming into this.
Still tied, still in round 1. Throwing that big axe is going to tire out these competitors. They don't have too many matches left to throw, but every ounce counts. That looks like it's all in.
I think it
finally worked out for him.
Getting the verification there.
Say we do have verification. Bob did get a bullseye there.
Tim's going to try to bring it to clutch.
Nope, we're bleeding out. Actually, I think we're completely bled out.
And that was a hell of a lot of throws for just to get through the first round.
I was going to say, fella, was that 5 big axe throws?
I believe so. I think it went, what is he, plus 14?
Plus 14 and plus 12.
So that was 4.
Yeah, four big
throws.
axe throws. I mean, that will wear you out a little bit more than usual.
And then the shift in weight completely. I mean, obviously the big axes have a little bit more give to them. So when you throw 4 of those in a row, it's hard to adjust right back to your hatchet hand.
All right, hatchet hands throwing out. Looking like bullseyes all around, though.
On the 5s.
Yeah, Bob B, he's got the thumb up.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of deliberation there. Just double checking.
That's another enjoyable part about this, guys. I like the fact that the players police themselves. I mean, really, we're seeing the referees used infrequently tonight. I think it's a different story tomorrow.
Absolutely. We've all played dodgeball with the kid who doesn't leave the field after he gets hit with the ball.
Sure.
I'm seeing such sportsmanship coming out of these
For
folks.
sure.
Calling the threes when they're threes, checking each other's axes. It's wonderful to see just the environment and the community around the sport itself. Going into throw 4, Tim currently has a 2-point lead.
I don't know, but Bob's throwing the hammer because it has the hammer on the other end. It's not, you see what I was seeing?
Yeah, it's an interesting little bit of weight distribution.
Yeah, it's definitely a different axe than we've seen any other competitor throw today. And we're going high from Bob.
Going high. He's going to need it to tie the game. Bob's got to hit the clutch here.
And we're right.
A little bit to the right. And with that, that's 1 game apiece. It's important to note this match, it looks like we are back to a round of 5 since we moved back up to the upper bracket. So only 5 games to be able to show your stuff here, and it's 1 game apiece already.
And Bob with a solid 5 coming out. And Tim answers right back.
Yeah, we see how that little bit of extra, the hammer head on the back of that's kind of throwing me off because it looks like it's not all in, but it is.
Certainly oh. All right, looks like he was just standing behind the red line. I thought we might have had our first foot fault of the night, but it does not appear so.
Very excited for these foot faults.
You know, I love rules. I'm the kind of guy, when I buy a new game, I read the rule book first. I got to know how the game is played so that I know how to manipulate it to my advantage.
I think we have a 3. Ooh.
I just go straight for the cheat codes. I go right for the cheat codes.
I was going to say, as a man of rules, shouldn't you be more excited that nobody's had a foot fault yet, not begging for a foot fault?
Well, breaking rules is just as exciting as following rules. However, nobody's breaking rules.
What rules are you following?
The one that says nobody's breaking rules, but nobody's breaking paint either. 4 bullseyes right in a row in round 3. Going into the last third of the match, let's see if somebody can take a lead here.
I think we're both going high again, and we're high left.
That's a miss from Bob. Ooh,
Tim.
It's touching, but I don't think it's going to get the clearance he needs.
We're both saying yes. I think that's the second round for Tim right there. They're touching axes, and we're moving on to round 4.
All right, and that could have been the players just acknowledging each other, saying that was a great clutch. It may not be 1 3/4, but that's in there. Going into round 4, Tim currently has 2 games. He can close out the series here.
But immediately drops down by 2 points in the first throw. Solid from Bob again.
I was say that looks good for Bob, and it's a little high on the other side for Tim.
Bob is throwing with a vengeance right now. Does not want to get knocked out of the upper bracket here.
Well, he picked up the pace too. Look how quickly he's back and set and ready to throw again. That's another good one.
Keeping that muscle memory nice and live.
Really doesn't want to let the muscles cool down. Wants to keep pumping out these throws as quick as possible, and it's working for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you pick up the pace like that, it better be working for you, and so far it is.
4-point lead. Bob is in a strong position to be able to take a game back and bring us to game 5.
I think he's outside on
Far
that.
right, though.
And I think it's true for Tim on that last throw.
No.
We are
Nope.
seeing
The opposite, in fact. Tim calling for the 3 and Bob getting the 5. Bob has a 6-point lead. All he has to do is hit red, and he secures the round.
inside the red circle's all I need, and with
that's
that,
good.
it's game 5, baby. Game 5. I love to see it. I love to see it come out.
Final round hype, baby. Let's go.
Let's see if we can get a big axe overtime finals. Let's get some caster predictions on the desk right now. Dice, do you think this one's going to go to Big Axe?
I think Bob's going to take it and throw 5. And as soon as I say that, Bob has a 3 throw.
That
And
being
we have a
said,
good from Tim.
Rick, what do you think? You think we're going to see Big Axe this time?
I don't. For whatever, and I want to see it. I mean, how exciting was it in the last game? But I don't think we're going to see it here.
True 5s coming in for both competitors. So Tim's holding on to a 2-point lead this round.
2-point lead going into throw number 3.
I think he's high on that one.
Tim is solid.
We're seeing a thumbs up
We're
from
solid
Tim.
from Bob. That first throw can come back to bite Bob, though.
It's that hammerhead part of the axe that's throwing me off every time.
And Tim did throw, I believe it was at least 3 3-pointers last game.
Say we got a 3 from Bob. I might have been completely opposite of the prediction here. That commentator's curse coming back very bad.
Way to go, Dice. You ruined his chances. Apologize to everybody in the chat right now.
I truly am sorry.
No, you're not. You're lying
This
to
is
me.
why I keep my mouth shut. Oh, do we have a 3 from Tim?
A 3?
Yep. Which in fact gives Bob a chance to clutch and tie.
Bob's got to hit the clutch here. He can't get in his own head. He's just got to let this one fly straight and true.
Oh, I think he did it too.
Ooh, are we seeing big? Oh, Jane, were you right? We got
Big
Caliper.
I was
axe.
going to say they're calling for the referee. It looks pretty close.
We got Caliper.
Folks, if you want to see the big axe, call it out in the chat. Let's get that big axe hype.
Let's go.
Oh, look at the split. It looks through and through. It looks good to me, and we're getting the ref's
There we
confirmation.
Yay, I didn't ruin it for Bob, and we get big axe. So both great
All right.
things could have happened.
There you go. We had no business even trying to call that, did we?
Now, hold on a second. We might have been getting a confirmation on the opposite
Missed it.
side.
Oh, nope. It looks like Bob did miss it. I thought we saw a thumbs up coming up.
My
All
apologies.
right, hold on a second, boys. Oh, a bull off. We haven't seen this since Helsinki in '83.
It looks like they're. So,
a
in
couple
case
people
y'all
we see
could
on
not
stream.
hear that out in the audience, they just listed off a list of, what was it, 7 competitors?
7 competitors. There's a 7-way tie right now for a couple of positions.
And we're going for a bull off. Oh, this is exciting.
It
oh,
is
man.
exciting.
This is new. This is something different for me.
All right, we're waiting to see all of our competitors line up. Let's see who we get to have on the stream lanes. It's
So
looking
we're
like
just going to line them up down the row.
Nick, come over and explain what the bull off is. Let's get to the rules.
All right, so we have a seven-way tie for the last 4 spots that are available. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to line all 7 people up on their own target. Everyone's going to throw at bullseye. Those who make it stay on. Those who don't make it are out. Once there's 4 people remaining, those 4 are going to move on to tomorrow. The 3 who don't aren't. And then we're going to go, whoever's the winner is going to determine seed 64, seed 62, seed 63, and seed 61.
All right, boys, this is going to be interesting. Everybody throwing seven at one time. How long do you think this is going to take? Because, I mean, you've got to – I mean, first of all, for this to be a bull off, you've got to be very accurate, obviously. And a crowd is getting rowdy, which I think could throw people off here that normally could bull out.
I see the pressure getting to somebody in the first round, so the first round dropped. But other than that, I think we're going to go a total of 8 rounds total.
8 rounds? You're calling 8 rounds?
I don't think he's wrong.
Say at least 8 rounds. I want to say this is going to be insane.
I'm going to call it in 6. I think. Okay, so it looks like on your screen here.
I just found out, boys. If they go 10, they go clutch off.
Oh, wow. Okay,
we'll
so
see.
now I'm hoping for 10.
We're already seeing some threes come out. We're seeing a couple of competitors step off.
Did one dude only throw a bullseye?
Did we? Round 2 coming up.
I see at least 3.
Two-handed throw over here on the left. That one's a little low and is not going to make it. We're getting a little bit of ref deliberation here. Not quite sure what's going on. Seems like there's a clarification about the bull-off that is going on.
All right, so we're
down to 3 competitors only.
There's one. That's high.
And that's high.
So the thrower in 4 is definitely staying alive. I don't know if I got the clarification of the rules correct. Because
All right, we're waiting to see. It looks like the ref did call Bane Damage's bull in. It was good.
All right, so 4, we've got a bull, and 5, again, the fence is in our way. It's a little bit out of our broadcast area, but
And looks like we have a winner.
the guy that looks like Alex Ovechkin is moving on.
You know what? Maybe that was the advantage he needed to take out that win. All right, but with that bull in, let us return back to the bracket and see who we're going to have up next. The winner of B22. Well, I can't wait to find out who the winner of B22 is. Great Plains, a great song, and it looks like we're going to have Nick come up and make an announcement.
And Asperity on this main thing right here. Bob Bergman and Asperity.
Bob Bergman and the Sperry.
Bob Bergman and Asperity, which means we are dropping down into the B bracket. And yes, it looks like the winner of this one is going to go on to that match that we had discussed earlier. Oh, I can't click it there. I got to click it over here.
There we go. All right, so we got Bob and Asperity back up, both people who we've seen on stream before.
And it's important to note we are back to a round of 7. You need to take 4 of the 7 games to be crowned victorious and move on.
So we just saw Bob drop last game in that miscommunication of that clutch at the end. And both competitors hitting out with a 3.
And Bob B's coming back with a vengeance. And again, he's not taking much time. I think one of you called it muscle memory, and I think that's probably what he's going for. Get in the groove and stay in it.
Yeah, I will say the downside to that muscle memory is just that. With the new rules changes, it can come back to bite you.
So we've got, I think, 5s on each side there.
Yep, so Bob's still holding his 2-point lead going into throw 4. And he lines it up. Oh, but we're high on Bob. I think we're tied. We're tied into the final throw. Oh, no, Asperity called a 3.
Yeah. Look good from here, but that's why they get close.
Something that could be a shadow is actually the full tip of the blade.
Throw number 5. It looks like Bob did dial it in. It's going to have to be a clutch from Asperity to be able to go to Big Axe.
And he hasn't been strong on those today.
No, we have not seen him be consistent on that clutch. Let's see if a little bit of practice in between rounds helped, but it looks like it didn't. It looks like we found Asperity's kryptonite, and it is that clutch.
A solid round from Bob. He wants back in that bracket. He wants to climb back.
Look how quick he's back up at the line, too.
And just like that, another 5.
And I think it's equally matched.
No, Bob's calling a 3.
Was he
Bob called a 3, so did Asperity.
So it was still the same.
still tied?
The important thing is that nobody's ahead and nobody is behind, and instead they're throwing ahead. Bob looks like landing a 5 and a 5 to match. Man, Asperity throws his head down almost in disappointment every time, and I'm like, oh.
That's what I was saying
I feel so
earlier.
bad. And then I'm
Every
like, oh, no, wait, you're great. You're great. You're doing good, son.
Every time he throws his head down, and I'm like, well, wait, that looks like a 5.
Bob is decided to call the referee and to check out Asperity, and there you go. We go back to the wallet, boys.
You know, say you start hearing about those seeds, and we had the bull off for like those final 4 spots for the seed, but everybody here is still playing for a higher seed tomorrow.
Looks like the Mellon Bank card is out.
Yeah. Wallet Boys was the name of my all-male a cappella group in college.
Naturally.
Right. Also breaking out the flashlight, just trying to get, I think it's mostly to just get rid of any shadows, to be able to truly tell where the paint ends and the axe begins. All right. I'm not seeing confirmation either way. Dice is showing a thumbs up.
Good.
The ref shows a thumbs up. It's 8-all going into throw number 3, and this, if this is any indication of how the rest of this match is going to go, I think it's going to be neck and neck. Players are fighting for points.
Bob's calling
Bob.
a 3, and the
we're calling
referee's
back the ref again.
Just fighting for points. Asperity really wants to try to bring this to a lead.
I think he might.
And it looks like that's a Subway gift card, not one of our sponsors, but you can. Get back to us. We're
up.
seeing the thumbs up, which means it looks like it's going to be another 5. And with that, Asperity takes a 2-point lead over Bob B. He's going to need to keep this going into throw number 4.
Bob looks true on that one. Actually, they both do.
I'm going to say solid throw from Asperity, no question this time.
Bob is throwing heat seekers. But Asperity, it looks like he declined going high. He is going to go for the bullseye. Just try to force Bob into a clutch situation. It's a close call on both.
And I think they both cash in. Some deliberation from the ref.
It looks like Bob may not have been aware that that was throw number 5. They may be discussing a rethrow, but they tap axes, and it looks like they're going to move on to round 3 of 7. That round going to Asperity.
So we have a round each in this best of 7.
The slate's wiped clean.
Looks like a couple 5s from here.
Lining up again. Bob back to that line every chance he gets. He is the first one back.
Bob looks true. I think Asperity's a little high.
Asperity's high.
And the bull in lane 3, guys, that wood is getting dicey.
A little. I don't think it's at a point where it's going to be at a disadvantage to players yet, though. Although if Bob keeps throwing bullets like
I
that,
was going to say, he is, I mean, he's
Bob is
throwing
something
Randy
away.
Johnson heat out there. I think Bob's in. Both are in.
Bob confirms, Asperity confirms. It's a 2-point lead for Bob going into the final throw of this round.
And he's going for the bullseye.
We've got to see who's going to be taking the lead here in this series.
Bob's true.
Making
Asperity calls
going
for
the
up.
clutch. He has to. He has to tie.
Ooh.
I think we're 2 left. I think it's too far left.
I
It-
agree.
it's- No, it was touching. It was through and through, but that is the end. Remember, folks, the space that you have to hit within that green dot for it to be considered a clutch is much smaller than it used to be.
And it's always damn near center of the clutch now.
All right, looks like we got a 3 out of Asperity and a 5 for Bob. He goes up 2 points going into the next round.
I think Bob's high on that one. Yep, a couple of 3s.
Couple of 3s, which means Bob retains that 2-point lead.
Little high, little low.
Just worked Queen into the broadcast. Excellent.
What can I say? I love my references, and I love these 5s we're seeing out of Bob's.
Absolutely. Bob's throwing
Asperity's high.
heat.
Yep. Not the round for Asperity. That's a 4-point deficit, man. We've seen people just give away matches at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to call it, but I think it's safe to call this round now. At this point, Asperity's just got to be thinking about round 5.
Shake it off, get the cobwebs cleared, and come back.
Bob throws, goes for the stick.
Puts it away.
It's over.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bob drilled that.
All right, Bob is playing from match point.
And this time you saw Asperity go directly to the line. Normally, Bob is the one to approach the line first and really get into it, but Asperity said, no. I'm ready this time. I got to claw my way back up here. I got 3 more rounds to throw. Let's go.
Well, he's true on the first one, is Asperity, but Bob equals him.
We need some big axe. This matchup has lacked a lot of big axe. So
we didn't see any big axe in the last one either.
Yeah, we did not.
A noticeable lack of big axe.
That's the worst.
And we got a 3 from Bob. Asperity can do it. It's defense from now on. Just keep those bullseyes coming.
That's right. We have seen Bob throw true with that clutch a few times already, though. I think Bob's clutch is a little bit more tight than Asperity.
And Bob gives back.
It
was only a 3.
A turn of events. Asperity now with a 4-point lead going into the 4th throw.
If Bob drops another 3 on this throw, this might be the game for him.
I think he's in. I think they're both in it at 5.
Asperity's good.
Thumbs up. Still a 4-point lead for Asperity.
Asperity can put it away with a bullseye here.
He goes for the throw.
There's still some axes to be thrown. We're going into round 6.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Bob is still on game point. Asperity's going to have to claw back this game and the next to be able to take the round. But like we said, the winner of this one is going on to play Jigsaw. This match has a lot of marbles attached to it.
Sure does. Both start out with 5s. I like that the other competitors hang out and cheer on the people that are playing in front of them.
Absolutely. We heard Oh, I'm sorry. Good.
I was going to say a couple of 5s there again.
We heard Jigsaw talking extensively about the wonderful community and environment that surrounds this sport. I love seeing people in the back having drinks, cheering on. Maybe for that guy. But I digress. We're heading back into the game scores, and it does look like 5s all around. It's tied going into throw 4.
It's a rough game.
Boy, Bob is just drilling him.
Asperity got a little bit of deliberation. He wants to see Bob come in.
Yeah, I was going to say, Asperity called Bob over.
We're good. We're tied going into the final throw.
Are they both going to go for ups?
I think we're going up. Now, if Bob nails this and Asperity doesn't, that's the game. That's the entire game.
Ooh. I think Asperity's just out.
I think Bob's saying no.
We're calling for Caliper.
Asperity trying to lock it away here, trying to get to the game 7. And it's looking mighty close.
That's a lot. That's a lot. We're good. He got it.
We're seeing the thumbs up. That makes it game 7.
Final round hype. Let's go. 7 of 7. That's what we wanted. Still no big axe yet to break, though.
Shotnesser, I can confirm that I have heard a few yeets coming out of competitors. It was mostly during that bull-in round, so it may have been a little harder to hear through the headsets. But round 7, Asperity takes an early 2-point lead, trying to put Bob down here. And I think
they both
good.
5'd out.
We're seeing bullseyes all around. Asperity got to keep that 2-point lead. That being said, I think Asperity has definitely broken the curse of the clutch.
Yeah, Bob hit a 3 there.
Asperity with a 4-point lead in this final round. Is the pressure getting to Bob? He doesn't want you to think so.
Well, I think we're looking at thumbs up across the board.
Asperity just had to hit a bullseye to put it away.
And I think it's important to note for Bob, remember he did just play a best of 5 right before this match against Tim. There was a short break in between.
And that's it. Asperity puts it away and claws back for a 4-3 round match.
I did not see that one coming.
No. I thought Bob had it locked in after match 2. He seemed like he had his stride, he had his flow, and then all of a sudden it just a couple of, like every time, just a couple of those threes every now and again, and all of a sudden your entire game changes.
As we get ready to reset the lanes, boys, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back with more action right here on 8th Avenue in Homestead at Ace Axe Throw. Welcome back, boys. We are looking at the A bracket finals.
Oh, this is exciting. We're going to see Jigsaw versus Tim. We just saw Tim. My apologies. We just saw Tim recently up against Bob a few matches ago. We haven't gotten to see Jigsaw throw yet, but we did get that wonderful interview with him before. I don't know who to root for here.
I don't even know. I don't know that we can necessarily pick somebody to root for. I just think this is going to be a great game. Jigsaw's easy to like. I mean, obviously we talked to him a little bit earlier in the broadcast, and he just has that personality that's certainly easy to like. He's outgoing, he's colorful, he's fun, and obviously he's a hometowner. I think he said he lives in the Canonsburg area now, grew up in Castle Shannon. So I mean, this is his house. And as you know, in sports, sometimes you got to protect your house. So let's see what he does.
Say he's got a lot to protect from Tim. We saw a good showing from him against Bob earlier today.
Local hometown hero. Although I'm seeing a Lumberjacks' shirt here on Tim as well, which is a local Pittsburgh. In fact, I can see Pittsburgh directly below the logo there. So it looks like we've got two hometown boys.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they run in some similar circles. I mean, let's face it, they're probably not strangers.
Fair enough.
And so, you have to wonder, is that an advantage or not? I mean, I think sometimes when you come to a tournament, again, it doesn't matter what you're playing. The best you can do a lot of times is just go in and give your best. These guys probably know things about each other's throwing styles that maybe they could use to their advantage here. Plus, everybody's operating under a new set of rules. I would say if you had a look at the intimidation factor, Tim S. is a big guy, but Jigsaw looks a little more intimidating. So I wonder what we'll see here.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we didn't touch on earlier, not a great start for Jigsaw, though.
So we have threes from both, though, so it's a solid round for both. Get the jitters out.
One of the things that we didn't talk about as far as an advantage of playing today is the mind games. If you manage to put a couple of 3-0s up on somebody today, you better believe if you meet them in the bracket tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit more of a difficult spin to be able to get through.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Where you're at today, what you're doing today, not only can affect you, but can affect people you might see down the road. And plus, tomorrow when this place is just, I mean, we're going to have all the lanes going all the time. I mean, it's going to be a packed house tomorrow. What people see today, I mean, you just got to wonder who's lurking in the crowd behind us to watch this A bracket matchup.
Absolutely, and we're seeing a little bit from Courtney out there. Let's go, Jiggy. We got a little bit of fan participation in there coming from the chat. Chat, sound off. If we have any fans of Tim out there, let them know your praise.
I think Tim with a high 3. I think Jigsaw with a high 3. A lot of 3s this round.
Yeah.
I think each one has been match for match.
And
we are
you
going
know,
into the final throw with 14 each.
I got to be honest with you. This is not the first round I thought we'd see.
No, absolutely not. All that hype, and then we got a bunch of 3s coming out.
Well, the hype was our fault. I mean, the hype was on us.
Maybe they've already split the pot.
Maybe they did.
all right, looks like
I think both high on the
Yeah.
clutch too.
both high. It looks like Jigsaw's touching, but it's not enough for points. That does bring us, it looks like, to the big axe to
Yes.
decide round 1.
It's been a while since we've seen the big axe.
Let's break those babies out.
It's been a while.
A Stained reference. Perfect.
But I digress. Here we go, going into Big Axe. It does look like Tim is going to be throwing first, going for that bull in. Remember, you cannot bleed. It all has to be within the black.
And I think we're all 3.
Yeah, it's all 3 for sure.
All right, no bull this time. Jigsaw can put the game away real quick by scoring a 5er here. Very zen. He's going to line up the shot. He takes his throw here.
And we got a solid 3 as well.
More 3s coming out.
Yeah, we've seen these guys throw better. I mean, let's just face it.
Actually, I think Tim got a 1 on this big throw. Because we're going back into hatches. I think Jigsaw ended up taking the round.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
They ruled
Right.
Tim as a 1.
Wow. I think that's the first one I've seen. I believe there was one I saw earlier in the stream, but that's one of the first ones we've seen all night.
And certainly this late in the bracket.
Absolutely.
I think Tim might
Yeah.
be peeking into the 3. Nope.
Tim's a
calling
5.
for 5.
Jigsaw
Oh,
checking it out.
That shadow.
I think Tim's at least a solid 7. Give him a little credit where he's due. Tied up going
Nice.
into round number 3. 10 points apiece. Who's going to take the lead first?
Looks like Jigsaw.
Yeah, Jiggy.
Looks like a 3 from Tim and a 5 from Jigsaw. Gives him a 2-point lead. Fed Up asks, are you streaming match tomorrow? We will be streaming the U.S. Championships tomorrow. These qualifiers are to determine a little bit of seeding and who gets to get in faux freezies. And right now, it looks like Jigsaw's cutting a clear path for himself. 2-point lead going into the final throw.
It's like a different competitor this round than the last.
It really is.
I think, and with Jigsaw being at the top of the winner's bracket, I think it can be assumed that maybe he didn't throw as much right before this game started.
I think he just 5'd out, to be honest with you.
Perfect 5s all the way down. Tim's got to make this throw.
And I think he is high to the left.
Little to the left. Tim drops another game. Jigsaw goes up 2-0 in this best of 7. Going into round number 3. Lining up for the shot.
Looks like Tim's in a 5 and matched
Jigsaw.
again. All right. We are here live at the Ace Axe U.S. Championships, and we are having a great time and seeing a competitive match here. Jigsaw, boy, he's been hitting 5s with 7 consecutive, I believe.
He's insane now. he like what we knew he was going to be in the finals for this one for a while now, so I don't think he's thrown for a while. He shook off that first round and now all of a sudden has turned on and refuses to stop.
Did it again.
You saw Jigsaw jump a little bit back that time. I think he was expecting that one to be a 3 when it left his hand.
No, I mean, sometimes when you're hot, and Tim S. also getting hot in this one.
Well, I mean, you called him a 5 before, so I don't know how you could think he's hot, but I mean, that's
Rude.
fine. Your rating system is whatever it is. However, it's all 5s
Just
here in
remember,
this
buddy,
game.
2
both
5s
high.
is a 10.
We're going high.
And we've got 4 of them. I'm sorry, we've got 8 of them.
We have 8 of them.
That's a party if you ask me. Going into this final throw here, Tim and Jigsaw both lining up.
Tim, looks a little to the left.
Yeah.
It's a touch clutch, but I don't think it's good.
And Jigsaw's to the right. And we got Big Axe hype coming in again.
Oh, the cut throat. Did you see it, boys? Oh, no, I actually think he's cut.
Small injury, but oh, you know what? Maybe that is what we saw when we saw him retract earlier. Maybe he nicked himself. Maybe he caught his finger somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Let's hope it doesn't permeate into the last couple of rounds of his match here. He's going up for the first big axe throw. Really looking for a bullseye. We've been seeing a lot of threes on the big axe tonight.
And we got another.
And we got another.
All right. Last time Tim threw big axe, it was a 1. Let's see if he can at least break that. He's got to match a 3 at the very.
Doing a one-handed throw, keeping it high and
Oh,
tight.
I think it's true.
Ooh, put it away with a 5er.
Yeah, we are seeing the head nod coming out from Jigsaw. And that brings us to round 4. Tim manages to pick up a game. We're now 2-1 into this best of 7.
Boy, Tim needed that too. I mean, not only to just get back into this game, but I mean, I think probably to build some confidence.
Yeah.
You know, he had the last 2 rounds. He got well, certainly in the second round, he kind of got routed. This was a big round for Tim.
Yeah, we've seen a few reverse sweeps going through our best of 5 series earlier, but trying a reverse sweep in a best of 7 match is even more difficult. That's 4 matches in a row. You cannot drop a single axe. The amount of pressure that you are under is astounding there.
That cut might actually be affecting Jigsaw. You can see he automatically hit a 3 and then looked right at his hand. He's constantly keeping it wiped.
Hometown hero throws another 3. He's down 4 points to Tim.
Just got a little information too, boys, on the side here that the finger that is cut on Jigsaw is actually the one he uses to line up first on his axe. So you have to assume that that's throwing him off a little bit. And so we'll see if he can shake that off.
That's thumbs up for Tim.
And
thumbs up from Jigsaw.
Yeah.
All right, now the question is, does Jigsaw continue throwing the way he's been throwing all tournament and try to bust through the pain, or does he try to alter his throw in the middle, the smack dab middle of this finals match?
I think you just have to keep going with how you got there. I mean, you got to, everybody plays through a little bit of pain. Jigsaw goes over and board checks Tim, but I think you have to. I think you just have to keep going through it. And we see, I mean, I can't see it real well. It looks like it's on the outside of his index finger. So.
He's going to play through the pain. It's just I think he just has to adjust to it at this point. He's not going to switch up his entire throw style right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it goes to show just how actually safe the sport of axe throwing is, that this is the first injury that we've seen all night, and it's a small injury.
Yeah, but I mean, it happens at the most inopportune time in this matchup
absolutely.
with Jigsaw.
A little cut on the finger is devastating right now for Jigsaw. But he's coming back. He's looking strong.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to give a little bit more support to his axe with his other hand before he takes the throw. Yeah, it looks like he's...
I think you got a couple of 5s right there.
Well done, well done. Okay, I think... is that the same throw we've been seeing Jigsaw use all game? I feel like now he's using a little bit more of using his opposite hand to give resistance to it so that his other hand can really bring it forward and get the rotation.
Whatever he's doing, it seems to be working.
Yeah, it's working out really well for him now.
This was his secret hidden strat. I guess he didn't want to bring out until the championship tomorrow.
Well,
just like that,
you got to get there,
We're in the opposite ends. Tim was here last time, and now Jigsaw just has to put away with a bullseye, and he does beautifully.
Jigsaw found his groove again and does take that match. He is now at game point. He needs 1 more to win. Round 6 of 7 coming through. Both contestants lining up again.
Tim, that's 5s around.
Looking good on Tim's side, looking good on Jigsaw's side. And it's a matter of who hits the first 3.
I think they may both be responsible. Tim is calling a 5 on his side. Jigsaw got the 3.
2-point lead for Tim. Throw number 3. Let's see if he can keep the advantage.
Oh, that's what you like to see if you're Jigsaw.
Yeah. Tied up.
13 all. This is your chance to try to pull ahead here. You really need a point advantage going into throw number 5 if you want to try to clinch the game without a clutch. But it's looking like a 5 coming out of Tim.
Both.
We're going to clutch.
Bulls around.
All right, Jigsaw
going
matches. We're seeing them both call clutch. Let's see if either of them can make it and nail away this game. If Jigsaw hits it, that is it for this match. He will take the crown.
Tim throws.
Tim's to the left.
I think Jigsaw's high.
Yeah, I think you're right. Didn't even ask for the measurement. He knew he was high.
Big axe, baby. Let's go.
Big Axe here for what could be the deciding throws of this match.
And it looks like he's getting attended a little bit by one of our officials.
Yeah, just off camera, one of the refs did bring over a little bit of first aid. Let's see if that also, even that little bit of space that the bandage would provide against the finger, even that small millimeter of space can affect his throw.
Sure.
So let's see how he manages, if he can clutch this one out.
Oh, that looks
Clean.
that looks real clean from Tim.
Say, Tim has been pretty good with the big axe today.
And for Jigsaw, I might not have put that Band-Aid on. I mean, you've been throwing with a bloody hand. I think I'd have just kept doing it until the match was over.
Yeah, just play through how you were and then adjust later.
Jigsaw ready?
And it's low.
That was deep concentration.
Deep concentration, but doesn't manage to clinch it out, which means we're going once again to the final game of the round to determine who gets to go forward. It looks like they are going to switch sides once more. You got Tim on your left, you got Jigsaw on the right, and this is anybody's match.
Final round hype, baby. Let's go.
We got to see if Jigsaw can get out of his head, break through the pain, and really dial in those bullseyes.
That's a 3 out of Jigsaw.
He looks to be high.
You got 3s all around.
Yeah, like I said, I think I would have just kept throwing without the Band-Aid.
I think I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah, you got to wonder if it's going to affect him.
They look like they both picked up bulls on that one.
That tiny little bit of space, the less friction that even just that Band-Aid gives sliding out. I mean, it seems like so small of a thing that we're talking about it, but it can really affect every bit of your rotation.
And one thing I noticed before Jigsaw went up to start the match, he did chalk his hands before he actually stepped up for Big Axe. If there is a little bit of blood on that hand, that entire advantage of keeping it is gone. Which could be maybe he requested the Band-Aid so that the chalk could work again, but I digress. We are going into throw number 4. It is a tied game, both players at 13 points.
I think Tim's high.
Yeah, and I think Jigsaw's low.
Yep, we got 3s around. Fine.
I think both of these players are starting to get tired out. It's tied at 16 apiece.
We're going up.
They're calling for clutch again. Jigsaw beat out the last one. Can he once again? He's getting concentrated. He is dialing in. He does not want this to be, he does not want to go down to the B bracket now. He really wants to clinch his victory now.
I think he drilled it too.
Tim hits the elevator button.
Jigsaw's got to match it. He takes his throw.
I think Jigsaw's low.
Jigsaw's low.
Oh, they're calling.
I'm thinking it's low, but we are going to get the caliper out for Tim's clutch on the left side here. Just verifying to see if it is a miss. Otherwise, we will go to Big Axe. We're seeing nods of approval.
I was going to say, I think they're going to request just to make sure, see where Jigsaw is.
Yeah, even
And
the slightest millimeter can make the difference.
We see an embrace there by the two competitors, which is implying that this one is over, boys.
Give it up for 10. Round 7 goes to clutch.
That was insane.
All right, so that was our A bracket finals match.
Right. So we are going to do the B bracket final now. It's going to be Rover O versus Jigsaw. The winner of this match is going to play Tim in the finals and have to beat him twice. Y'all know how it goes. Let's give it up for Rover and Jig.
All right, Jig.
Yeah, now come on.
Oh, boys, you got to figure now. Jigsaw forced into playing again right now, and if he wins this, he's going to be playing all night with a bum hand.
Yeah, and that little cut can come. It could affect him right now. It affect his seeding next tomorrow and everything.
I think at this point he's weighing the pros and cons in his head. Do I continue playing with this hurt finger, or do we take the seeding that we currently have and just take it easy for the rest of the night?
You know what? We got a chance to go ahead and take a break as they're going to replace boards. So let's go ahead. We'll go to a break, and we will be back right here on 8th Avenue in Homestead. It's Ace Axe throwing in the U.S. Championship. Welcome back here to historic Homestead, Pennsylvania. We are ready, boys. And Jigsaw, I asked him when we went to the break what was going on with the hand. He just said, shrugged it off sort of, and just said, yeah, it'll be all right. But he's definitely wearing that Band-Aid on the hand, and he doesn't seem to think it's going to bother him. Here's the long and short of it, though. If he wins, he's going to keep playing and playing and playing with that cut on his hand, and as it's only had about 10 minutes to even attempt to heal, every time you throw, it keeps breaking back open.
Oh, and we have a drop from Jigsaw too.
Yeah, you can. I think that just illustrates how much this is getting to him and how much of a detriment such a small injury on your hand can make in this sport.
Absolutely.
Rover looks to have nailed a bull on that one.
That being said, at the end of that round, when he did drop that axe, it was only 6-5. It's currently 11-10 going into throw 4. Rover didn't get to take an opportunity to really make a lead. He was playing catch-up. And a 1-point difference is not all that hard to overcome. It's looking like a pair of 5s.
Yeah, Rover's good.
Pair of 5s going through. And we're going into throw 5, 16-15 in favor of Rover. I know Rover got some love in the chat earlier. Madison, where you at?
Yeah, probably going to send some more love, Madison, because Rover just put another one.
So Jigsaw has to go up, but if Jigsaw hits it, he wins. So it's make or break.
It's clutch or nothing. He's lining up.
I think he did it, boys. I think he did it.
Definitely touched the clutch. He's cutting off a bit. We have to see if it's actually got enough width on it. Breaking the calipers out. Love that instrument.
And we're solid.
And there's the
Jigsaw
thumbs
takes the
up.
round.
What? Anybody see that coming?
Not after that drop. To see the drop and then to take the round before even Big Axe happens, that is very rarely seen. I don't even think we saw that the last time we streamed here.
Absolutely not. I think we are in for quite a back and forth match now. Jigsaw takes the first game by only 1 point, and both of our competitors bull in on the first round of throws.
Yeah, how many times have you seen somebody win a round that had a drop?
Like I said, very rare.
Yeah.
From when we used to run even smaller tournaments here with a bunch of just a bunch of different people who wanted to sign up and throw for fun, you would never see that happen, let alone at such a competitive level.
All right, going into throw 3. Jigsaw might be a little low on his throw, but we're getting the thumbs up.
Say Rover, I believe, is high. Yeah.
Rover's going to go ahead and...
If we can confirm a 3 at a Rover, we're going to get the ref to come back for this 5.
Yeah, Rover shrugged his shoulders a little bit, saying, defer to the ref. The ref comes in, and again, another 5.
Jigsaw ain't letting the injury get to him.
Well, I mean, you could even borderline say he's in the zone right now, coming back, winning that first round matchup. And now has thrown nothing but 5s until
that
yeah,
one.
as I say, until now.
Caster curse there. Great job, Rick. But we're going into throw 5, 18 points apiece. Let's see if one of them can clinch it out and grab a win. Ooh.
That looks solid.
It's solid. It looks a little high, but we'll see.
Jigsaw.
Boy,
Jigsaw is out for blood.
He wants to play a game, and he's going to make these competitors play his.
Well done.
He wants another shot at Tim. Tim put him in the B bracket. He wants another shot, and he knows he can do it. That injury got to his brain a little bit, but he wants another chance.
Yeah, I think he's had the chance to shake it off. Now we're seeing
solid on Rover.
A good clutch from Rover. We're heading over to the right lane. We're going to see how Jigsaw fares.
I feel like this is in.
The tension is palpable, and we get the thumbs up. 2 clutches coming out. We're going to Big Axe to decide round number 2 in this best of 7.
You love to see it.
What a great first 2 rounds of this matchup.
And I think we might finally get a quick Big Axe round. Let's see. Here he goes, chalking the shaft again. Oh, he's even got his chalk held in a little skull.
Well, I think it just adds to the class.
It did. I'm not sure if it was during the interview or before it started. We did get some word from Jigsaw that really this Viking getup, this Valhalla type costume, gives him a little bit more confidence to be able to just sit in, have fun, and play the game. And I think as soon as he gets back into that mindset, he's going to start bullying in again. And I think that's what we've seen in this round so far.
No, I agree. And also in the chat, Madison, relax, Rover, you got it.
Thank you, Madison, for sending the love out. Shot from Rover is a little low. It is looking like a 3.
Got a pair of 3s coming through with the first round of Big Axe. We didn't see much of the Big Axe from Rover when he was on stream because he put away a bunch of bullseyes one after the other. So I'm looking to see if they can keep up with each other.
Fallon's asking, where is the bracket, boys?
Where is this in the bracket? This is the B bracket finals. This is the B bracket finals, I do believe.
The winner of this one will go on to face the A bracket winner, Tim S., and they would have to be defeated twice. And we're high.
All right, yes, I can confirm it is the B bracket final that we are in, which, like you mentioned, if Jigsaw does manage to clinch it out, he has gone 2 games up now with that last overtime throw. He's going to have to play 2 more games after this.
Yeah. You know what, though? Maybe that's to his advantage. I mean, at this point, he's overcome what I would imagine is the pain that from the cut. He's obviously throwing well. So he's got a 2-0 advantage in this series. I think maybe if he wins this, maybe he has a little bit of an advantage over Tim S., who's sitting back there going, boy, this guy's getting hot.
So he rides that momentum all the way in and takes that top seed. That's what he's hoping for at this point. He doesn't think he should have lost, so he's coming for it.
And I think we're definitely seeing, we mentioned a little bit earlier, getting into the mind of your opponents. If you're here watching in the background and if you see Jigsaw take this game and then move on to also take down Tim with an injury, What is he going to pull out tomorrow?
Oh, it's going to be hard with that drop. We have a second drop from Jigsaw.
We did see him win the first round, though, where he did drop an axe, so there's always a chance.
He has gotten lucky. Every time that axe is dropped, Rover has been able to only throw a 3.
3 points down, final throw. Rover can put it away here.
Ooh, I
Rover
think
looks
he's
a little
bleeding.
high.
Oh, the ref's already coming out. Ref isn't even waiting for the player to ask. Ref is coming out for just to make sure here. But with that 5, that does put Rover up to 23 and does lock away round 3 in this best of 7. Rover takes a point off Jig.
Oh, Kristen is excited in the chat. Says Rover's got this. That's her guy. And he did get that round.
They say he managed to put a stop on Jigsaw's momentum, if only for a second, but he managed to put the brakes on it.
Well, it was a convincing win, too. The most convincing win in this series thus far.
Yeah.
Jig's back into hitting 5s.
Rover keeping up match for match.
Once again, this is really just going to come down to whoever drops the first axe. Whoever puts a 3 on the board is immediately in danger.
No, I don't think it'll be Jig on that one. I can't see Rover's throw, but
I think I'm seeing thumbs up. We did see a 3 come out of Jigsaw. Going to throw 4. Rover has a 2-point lead.
Rover's going to keep carrying it.
A 2-point lead for Rover. Now, do you think Rover goes for the 5 to try to force out the clutch?
Absolutely.
I would.
Absolutely.
And I think he is touching.
Ref's coming
paint.
out.
Oh, he's going to call it.
Thumbs up. That is a 5. You can touch that black paint, but you cannot break outside of it, and that is why we're seeing these refs go up so many times to the boards.
Jigsaw needs a clutch to stay alive, and we see some big axe.
He's already had one.
Take a second round.
Oh, I think he did. I think he did it.
He's had one clutch of this game already. Can he do another one to take round 4 into overtime?
I'm almost positive he did, fellas.
We're sending
There it is.
That's a thumbs up, a quick measure, and we're going into overtime.
Look at that.
Big axe height. This is the type of axe throwing I've been waiting for all night.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a lack of big axe there for a while, and now we've seen it a couple matchups in a row.
And this is, I think we were expecting to see a lot of big axe action a lot earlier in today's rounds.
Oh.
A rare drop from Rover. Jigsaw can put it away. All he has to do is stick it in the paint.
He can be on for match point.
Now, he has already dropped 2 axes in this series alone. All he's got to do is hone it in and get a stick. Lines it up, takes throw.
And we're solid.
It's in there.
Well, I tell you what, you didn't see that one coming for sure.
No.
Jigsaw up 3-1, and we might see him be able to take it back to face off against Tim a second time.
I want to see that.
Oh, I want to see it too.
I want to see it. No disrespect, obviously, to Rover O, but we already saw a great Bob Jigsaw matchup, and I would like to see that again.
And the way that Rover's been throwing these 5s, if Rover makes it through to the next match, I definitely think Tim's got to run for his money there.
Oh, for sure. I think either one of these guys, when they get there, I think Tim's got to run for his money. But Tim's a thrower, man. We've seen some good stuff out of him tonight.
Absolutely. Going into throw number 2. Rover's thrown a pair of bullseyes so far. Jigsaw getting 3 on both of his throw. It's a 4-point lead over to Rover. And you can sit pretty comfortably here. If you can nail those 5s, just like he's been doing all night, you can comfortably ride this win all the way down. Silver Orb says axe time. What is up, Silver Orb? Thank you so much for joining the chat. We hope you're having fun.
How we doing, Silver Orb?
I also like big ass axe. Look, hey.
I don't know, you hit me in a funny bone that I didn't know I had.
Well, I do that a lot.
That sounds violent. Not as violent as throwing axes against boards, though.
No.
Maybe.
And what we got here is a 4-point deficit.
Yeah.
After that great comeback, I'm not ready to count him out of this one yet either.
Are they calling a 3?
It's a 3.
All right, here he goes up.
Jigsaw has a chance to put it at big axes again. He has been
Jigsaw-
hot with these clutches.
He's got to hit another clutch to take it into overtime. Can he do it for a 3rd time this series? Jigsaw lines it up. He takes his throw. Oh, it's a
he's
little to
wide
the
left.
left.
All right, that's a 2nd round for Rover O. Jigsaw is still on match point, but Rover O has a chance for his comeback.
Yeah, Rover O trying to settle in. And again, just looking at Rover's scores, 225s and 223s and a 21. Generally speaking, he's not dropping bullseyes here.
No.
Jigsaw once again starting this round off with a 2-point deficit. Rover driving home bullseyes. And it looks like that one is once again going to find its purchase.
I think that's a 4-point deficit now. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I think Jigsaw's starting to wear down. We got to get a little bit more gas in that generator.
Rover is a monster with these bullseyes.
Yeah, he sure is. I think Jigsaw picked up 5 there, though.
Rover definitely feeling the pressure now. And you know what? Pressure makes diamonds. He doesn't want to drop a single one this round. He's got to take it to round 7 to make it through to the B bracket, or I'm sorry, to the finals.
I think Rover has hit the same cut in the board each time this round.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty dead eye on this.
4
Puts
points.
it away. We're into the final round height.
And this is where it all comes down to.
Well, I would have I did not see this going 7.
No.
I did not see this going to 7 either. I thought this was going to be decided a little earlier.
And Rover just continues to drop him. But matched his Jigsaw, so
Already
even
off to
through
a
one.
better start.
Rover has definitely hit his state of zen. He has not missed a bullseye in a few games now.
And he refuses to miss again.
The good news is I think both of our players have ascended the caster curse. I think we've been calling out shots all game, and they've been making them shots all game, all series long.
I mean, this is the way you want to see it come down to it.
That's it, yeah. I wanted it to go 20 and then both clutch. Let's go.
Well, you might get that wish.
15 all, throw number 4 coming in.
And we're solid. Let's go clutch.
20
We're going
points
up.
apiece. They're going up for clutch.
Both competitors have made clutches this game. So many times as it come down to clutch this game, I feel like it's the only way to end it.
Am I correct? Did Jigsaw made 2 to stay in this series, right?
I believe so, but he did shank his last one.
Here
just
we
a little
go.
bit to the
Crowd's
left.
into it.
The crowd is gearing up. Both of them step up to the line. They need to hit a clutch here. It's touching. I don't know if it's full on. We're definitely going to need a measurement for that one.
I think
Jigsaw
we are.
still lining up his shot. He takes a throw. Oh, it's dead
close.
center.
I think it is. I think Rover is a little to the left.
Let's get big axes off this. Let's get big axes off this.
Jigsaw's is dead center. It's straight up and down. I don't know if it twisted at
I
all.
was
We're
saying
calling it
Jig is
good.
in.
Jigsaw's good.
Rover O, they're looking.
Jigsaw's is in. Rover's is just a hair to the left, but if he's got that 1 3/4 in, we'll go to big axe. Otherwise, Jigsaw is going to take the round.
No.
Didn't get
Jigsaw.
the 1 3/4. That does knock Rover out of this bracket, out of the tournament for today. And that means we're going to see Jigsaw go up against Tim once again.
Absolutely.
We will see that. Nick's stepping up, ready to make an announcement.
All right, everybody. Enrollment and all committees. The finals. On the main lane, on the right-hand side, we have Tim Stivers. On the left-hand lane, Jigsaw. I want this place to be loud. I want cheering. I want everything. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right.
And with that, we are going into the finals for tonight. It's Jigsaw versus Tim Stivers, and what a match, what a rematch. we get to see.
You know, no disrespect to any of the competitors here, but I think this is the one that everybody in this building wanted to see.
Say, I wanted this rematch really bad after Jigsaw has to shake off that injury he had, and it looks like he has. Those clutches back-to-back in multiple games has really shown. Tim got to sleep a little bit, though. He got to rest up and get his arm back, so let's see how that really does play out.
All right, great sportsmanship. Also want to thank Elm City Boards. A big thanks to those guys who donated all the special cottonwood target wood being used in this tournament. Thank you so much. Obviously, as everybody knows, it is actually very difficult to get wood these days. So the fact that Elm City Board's able to step up and make sure this tournament can happen, much appreciated.
Absolutely, and with that, we are going to get into the first throws of our match. Jigsaw and Tim both stepping up to the line. And
5 and 5.
Looks like a pair of fives to start off the round. I wouldn't expect anything less from these two competitors.
Keep in mind, they were playing for like the top seed. This isn't even the championship match yet. This is just to get that good seed for tomorrow.
That's right. The Ace Axe U.S. Championship is going to be going down tomorrow. So if you have not subscribed to the Ace Axe Throwing YouTube or the Salty Entertainment Fun Time Twitch page, be sure to do so that you get to keep up on the action. We're going to be back on the desk tomorrow giving you the championships. And if this has been any indication of what we're going to see tomorrow, I am super excited to see what throwers get to throw out.
Not only that, not trying to look past the matchup we're seeing in front of us, which is obviously a very good one and the one that we were, I think, expecting and wanting to see. Just the personalities that are going to be here tomorrow. Some of these guys get a little larger than life in some cases. So very excited about that.
Madison Oberly out in the chat. Let's go, Tim, big time. If there's any love for Jigsaw out there in the chat, let him know. He can feel your vibes. He is currently up by 2 points going into the final throw. Really taking his time lining this one up.
Jigsaw's been hot.
Yeah.
Jigsaw did not drop a bullseye this game.
Tim has to go up.
Tim has to hit the clutch if he wants it. Oh, all right. Just getting the ref's agree there. Tim steps up to the plate. The line. Ooh.
Jigsaw is going to pick up the victory in round one. Thanks again to Jim Beam. For those in attendance, make sure to head over to the bar. And for all kinds of Jim Beam specials, from peach to apple to their original blend, Ace Axe Throwing has all of the targets covered with Jim Beam.
Coming in on the first throw, we have a 5 for Jigsaw, and it looks like a 3 for Tim.
Shot Nessa redeeming the stay hydrated. Thank you much. I was feeling a little thirsty myself and fed up cheering on Jigsaw. We love to see it. We love to see people in the chat coming through for both of our players here. Jigsaw, though.
I think we have a ref call for Jigsaw.
Ref's coming out, trying to determine whether that did break into the red circle, and it was determined a 3. That does make it a tied score, going to throw number 3, 8-all.
Let's not forget, Tim is in the A bracket right now, so Tim has to be defeated the best of 7 twice. Jigsaw has a lot of axe throwing to do if he wants to come back and take this best seed.
Kristen shouting out Tim. Team Tim over here. Let's go. Thanks for the chat.
All the Jigsaw fans out there now, there's Team Tim. Who are you? What is your fan club name? Post your suggestions in the chat, and we'll go over those. But for right now, it's the final throw of round 2, tied 18-all. Looks like they're going for the victory shot here.
Jigsaw's been on his clutches today. Tim's a little left.
Ooh.
Jigsaw's a little high.
It looks like both players might have got a little touch, might have broke the paint, but it does look like we are going to Big Axe to determine round 2.
Big Axe hype, let's go.
Big Axe hype in the chat, let's go.
All right.
And Tim's gonna kick us off.
All right, it looks like they're deliberating over which lane they want to be throwing on. Like we mentioned, it is important to note, once the board gets chewed up beyond a certain point, it gets quite easy for it to dislodge itself. But it's looking like they both like this center board on lane 4, and it's going to start off. It's close.
Yeah, referee's going to go in, take the eye.
Looks
like it was confirmed a 3. Jigsaw can put away game number 2 by bowling it in here. And this is where we see the opportunity come in for those who can throw those toe-in throws.
Say it's a small window that's open, but
Ooh, little high. But at least it was a stick. At least he managed to match. He doesn't lose the game yet.
yep, we're going in. We got another round of Big Axe. That is also a 3.
A solid stick, but very low. Once again, Jigsaw just needs a bullseye to put it away, and a 3 to keep his hopes alive.
Ooh,
That's a 3.
nice attempt there, but
3 rounds of Big Axe. I can't complain. I'm happy.
there you go.
Nobody can be complaining here except maybe the players that they can't seem to bull it in with the big axe.
Shout out to Stephanie. She's going Team Tim in this one.
Well,
We got a lot of Team Tim.
lot of Team Tim out there.
They can feel that energy. They can feel it.
Jigsaw lining up his throw. He takes it.
3.
Little low.
That's another round of Big
It
Axe.
might. All right, it does look like it was a confirmed 3 from our vantage point back here. It looked like it might have been breaking the 1. All right, so it looks like they're going to keep trying to bull in.
Fans getting into it.
Yeah, quite a crowd is starting to gather around these lanes.
Ooh.
We have a clean bullseye from Tim S.
Yes, we do.
And we can see off to the side Jigsaw taking a knee, just trying to conserve as much energy as he can. Really, really bring himself in. Come on, Jigsaw. Courtney calling out in the chat. Come on, Jigsaw. Let's see if he can match it here. He's got to hit that 5 or game 2 is going to go to Tim. Lines up.
And he nailed it.
He
He
answers.
nailed it.
Jigsaw not looking to be outdone, does hit the bullseye, and that means they are going up to clutch with the big axe. Remember, we are playing a slightly modified Premier League rule set. You only have to touch the clutch to hit. The 1.75 does not make a difference here, but Tim goes a little bit high. This is Jigsaw's chance to put it away.
Jigsaw is fighting. He wants this. He has to take out a lot more rounds.
I was going to say, he can't. He's been scrapping for an hour, it seems like, to get to this point.
It has been non-stop throws out of Jigsaw. He has had to fight his way through the A bracket down into the B bracket.
Oh, and we're a little low.
A little low. Both competitors missed. They're both calling for clutches again.
What round is this? I mean, we've got to be at, what, round 10?
Well, they're both up currently 14 points. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 6th big axe throw.
All right, Jigsaw has to clutch to just get another round of Big Axe.
Jigsaw trying to keep this second game alive. He's still up 1 point, so dropping 1 game is not going to be the end of the world, but going up 2-0 in his best of 7 is definitely a boon. Oh, wide to the right. Going into game 3, that's 1 game apiece.
Yeah, all that for a second round in the match. All that for the second round.
You know what, though? That I wouldn't want it to be any other way than that.
Absolutely.
That was fun to watch.
All right, both players, it looks like they're adjusting to the weight difference well, coming out with bullseyes both apiece. Round number 3 in our best of 7.
Little disheartening, though, for Jigsaw to, considering how many throws he's already made consecutively in a row, in matches in a row. Difficult, but Kristen's shouting out. There you go, Tim.
You're right, in the big scheme of things, Jigsaw had to work a lot harder just to get 1 point, and Tim is still fresh.
Yeah.
I say Tim looks very solid, though, showing why he belongs at the top of the A tier.
Oh, absolutely. Both players have not missed a bullseye yet this game, going into throw number 4. Somebody is trying to look to get a lead here, but I think we're seeing thumbs ups. A little. All right, thumbs up all around. It is 20 all final throw. They are calling for the clutch. Man, I hope we get to see a Big Axe again.
I want 6 more rounds of Big Axe after this. Both clutches into Big Axe. Let's go.
All right, the clutch is harder to hit, but
Tim.
splitting the difference.
And so looks a little south there for Jigsaw, boys.
I think Jig knows it too.
It looks like we might be getting a measurement just to confirm that this round is done. Ref breaks out the calipers.
Thumbs up for Tim.
Tim takes round 3. He's up 2-1.
Tim has no problem playing Jigsaw's game.
No, he's very confident. There's no doubt about that.
And this means that momentum is now in Tim's favor. If he can take this game, I think he's going to have a huge swing going into the next one. However, for this round, Jigsaw sticking in tough, not wanting to get left behind. 5 apiece, throw number 2.
I think this is going to reach that point where it comes down to that final throw every time.
Looking around.
Oh, Jigsaw has a 3.
And Tim checked in with a 5.
Tim with a 2-point lead. He's going to want to try to keep that as long as possible.
Tim dropped another 5.
When was the last time Tim didn't hit a bullseye before this? Because I guess that was a 3. He must have been breaking paint somewhere.
Boy, it looked good from here. But then again, there's
Look at the footwork on that.
I mean, again, there you go. Tim has definitely hit a 5 there.
Both players hitting 5. That does make it a tied game going into 15. Going up on a Friday here in Ace Axe Throwing in Homestead, PA. Going for clutch to see who can take this round, or maybe we even get to see the Big Axe come back.
Oh, I want the
We're
Big
all
Axe.
looking for it.
We all want that big action.
I think Tim clutched.
Jigsaw's definitely to the left.
Looks like we are going to get a measurement here to confirm for Tim, but it looks good from where I'm sitting.
And we get the
Good.
thumbs up.
Tim takes 3 rounds in a row. Jigsaw's got to try to claw his way back into this match now.
And here's the thing, can you really bet against them? We've been watching that all night.
I definitely would not be betting against Jigsaw coming back to take the series. However,
there's a second series.
However,
if Jigsaw claws back for 3 more rounds, he has to take Tim in another best of 7.
And I think at some point, Jigsaw does have to consider at what point it's best to just throw in the towel and get his rest tomorrow.
He doesn't seem like that type of guy.
No,
He doesn't seem like that type of guy either.
he's gonna battle. There's no doubt about that.
There is no throwing in the towel for this guy. 5s all around. He wants to try to take it back to that final throw.
And I think
We're
that's good.
Another pair of 5s, still a tied game. Let's see if either can pull a lead before we head into the 5th throw.
Jigsaw with a 3.
I was to say, he's actually lucky that stuck in the board. It looked a little wobbly towards the end.
Little wobbly. That does mean a 2-point lead for Tim. He can hit clutch and finish, or he can hit the 5 and force Jigsaw to try to clutch it. 5, I'm seeing a 5. 3!
Oh.
Ref calls for a 3. Jigsaw has a wide opportunity to get back in this match. He just needs to bullet in to take it to Big Axe, and this is Jigsaw's chance to get back into this match. He's lining up. He's really taking his time with this one.
I think
We
we
got
got
it.
Big Axe time.
We got Big Axe.
Going back to Big Axe action. Fed up is right. Never give up. Never surrender. We're going to Big Axe, and Jigsaw is not going down without a fight. He wants this. You can tell he wants it.
All right, if he can sink a bulls early, he might have the advantage. I think in that back and forth 3 game might start leaning towards Tim, and you do not want to face him in the clutch fight.
No.
Absolutely not. Takes the first throw. Ooh.
Oh, just That's a 3, but man, it was close.
Just the top of it.
That was a great throw, though. Very close to being all in. Tim can put away the entire match.
I think he's a little low. Little south.
We're seeing shout-outs for Jigsaw from Courtney. Attaboy. Let's go, Jigsaw. Team Tim, where you at? He needs your love. He needs your support to finish out this match. He can close it right here with the big axe.
All right, we're in second round of big axe, and Jigsaw lines it up.
Jigsaw takes a throw. Ooh!
Just looks.
That might be a 5.
He's saying it's good. Jigsaw's saying it's good. Tim agrees.
Tim's got a bullet in here, or Jigsaw can take back the match, and he gets another foothold in this game.
He gets that momentum start running back in his favor.
I won't be shocked if Tim pulls this out.
He's been solid all night. High.
Ooh.
Jigsaw takes a round.
Jigsaw is back, baby. Let's go.
Look at I mean, you got to figure. Let's add this up real quick. Has he thrown 100 consecutive times? I mean, I feel like he's been in the lanes for.
Let's see. There's 5 throws a match, at least 35 a game. That's 70 between the 2 games, plus all the overtime games. I'd be willing. I'd be willing to bet 100 throws at least is a fair estimate.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of throws. I mean normally you don't see somebody have to do that, and he is certainly standing up to it.
Yeah, you can. The wear and tear is peeking through every couple of throws, but every time Jigsaw falls, he comes right back with a new fire. With that 3, I'm interested to see if he can bring it back with another bullseye.
Get it together, Tim, says Patrick.
Patrick, good words of advice for our boy Jigsaw.
Though I don't think it reached him because that's a solid 3 out of Tim.
Lucas, hell yeah, let's go, Jigsaw.
Tim, you got this coming from Kristen. Team Tim is lively in this chat. They do not want to see Jigsaw put this one away.
No. Tied up, going into 4. Wait, we got, wait.
Right,
Tim signaling 3.
I believe
And they're going up.
They're going up. It's tied 16-all. This is the lowest match score we've seen all game. It's going to come back to the clutch. Both players have been fairly consistent with being able to hit these, especially Tim.
Ooh,
that commentator's curse.
Little high, little high.
Jigsaw can put it away. Ooh. And it looks good.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
You got to give it up for both competitors here. Oh, my God, the axe throwing we have.
We're getting the ref to measure that clutch shot.
Man!
Hard not to get into it. Hard not to get, like, super hype right now.
Holy cow. What a game.
Final round.
Round 7. It may not be the end of the tournament, but Jigsaw's got to put it away and then run it back again.
Patrick celebrating the guns on Tim in the chat.
Hey. Well, you did call Tim a 5 earlier. What would you give Jigsaw?
I'm into tattoos. I'd give him at least a 7.
Hey, a full clutch. Go for Jigsaw. Speaking of go for Jigsaw, it's looking like another round of bullseyes coming in. We're the 3rd throw in. And once again, I think it's going to come down to that clutch.
That's what we want. I don't want it any other way. Is it on both? It's on both. 3's on both.
The ref shook his head. As soon as he saw those axes land, he went, ooh, that's not great. But at least it is a tie game going into throw number 4. It is neck and neck.
Jigsaw hit a 5.
And Tim answers.
18-all. Both players
high.
Both players calling for clutch. Let's see if they can put it back again. We got another ref up here, too.
Yeah,
Everybody's crowding around. Nobody wants to miss the end of this match.
On their feet.
Jigsaw can run it back into another best of 7 if he manages to put away a clutch. That's looking dead on.
Yeah, Tim crushed that.
Jigsaw's got to hit this. Oh,
And
it's
he
to the
is
left.
Just to the left.
We are going to get a measurement here just to confirm. Ref confirms it. With that, Tim Stivers takes the qualifiers for the Ace Axe U.S. Championship.
2021 Ace Axe U.S. Championship qualifier. Let's hear it for Tim.
Boy, that was, you bought the whole seat, boys, but you only needed the edge.
Absolutely.
The crowd is on their feet. Everybody's loving what they're seeing here today.
Fantastic sportsmanship, fantastic axe throwing. Congratulations to Tim. He was hot. He was hot once he got up there, and he did not let it get to him.
Absolutely not.
Open up the lanes. We're going to let people go. We're going to let people do whatever they want. The bar is going to remain open. We're going to get the music on. We're going to have a good time. Remember, tomorrow is a big day. I'm going to pass it off to the owner here, Joe. He's going to give you guys a couple announcements regarding tomorrow. So listen up, because this shit is important. Please.
Say thank you.
Yo, make some noise for Nick real quick.
We would also like to thank some of our sponsors out there today. Again, we thanked Elm City Boards, who donated all the special cottonwood target wood being used for the tournament. Wonderful soft wood. You've been seeing all the sticks getting in there today. And with the rising cost of lumber, we greatly appreciate your support here.
For those people in attendance, make sure you head over to the bar for all kinds of Jim Beam specials. From peach to apple to their original blend, Ace Axe Throwing has all of the targets covered with Jim Beam.
Frank and France is located in Pittsburgh's Shady Side neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood too. Stop there, go for dinner. They have a little something for everybody at Frank and Francis. You can also check out Frank's Bar and Grill. It's a neighborhood gathering spot focused on the idea of really great food, really great beer that are delicious together. Also, you can eat some of their food right here in-house, boys. I mean, they're making the pizza, they're making the tacos right here inside the bank on 8th.
Absolutely, and not only that, if you head over to Frankie's, but you're looking for a little bit more of a intimate, classic dining experience, make sure right downstairs you stop by Francis. In an industry where the trend is exclusivity, pretentiousness, and unidentifiable ingredients, their mission is to deliver simple food with ingredients you can pronounce, understand, and most of all, enjoy. They're the restaurant and bar where Sunday dinner happens every day, and you always feel welcome.
Another proud sponsor of tonight's event, Whiskey River Trading Company is your one-stop shop for all axe throwing supplies. Whether it be Flying Fox or Council Tool axes to sharpening stones and leather goods, make sure to check out Whiskey River Trading Company for all your axe throwing hatchets and accessory needs.
Also, shout out to Joe, our guy talking right now, who runs the whole show in the Escape Room Pittsburgh, located in the historic Bank on 8th building where we're standing right now. Alongside Ace Axe, Escape Room Pittsburgh was the first escape room in Pittsburgh and offers 3 high-tech Generation 2 escape rooms. So this complex has it all, boys.
If you don't get that, the clock starts. You have 5 minutes to get there. If you are not there in 5 minutes, you will forfeit. We have to keep this tournament running fast. The tournament tomorrow is 3 times.
Well, guys, we're looking forward to a big day of throwing tomorrow. We'll be here all day for all of the action. All the lanes will be going. The upstairs lanes will be going. And if any indication of tomorrow is what we saw, what we just watched, boy, we're going to be in for a hell of a day tomorrow.
Absolutely, and it's important to note that it will be streamed right here through the Ace Axe Throwing YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe if you're here. It'll also be streamed through the Salty Entertainment Fun Time Twitch page. We're kicking off tomorrow right around noon. Be sure to get here. It's going to be a banger from top to finish, and I cannot wait to see the level of talent that we're going to have out here today.
It's a lot of excitement coming through. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Do not be late. Get your popcorn ready. Get your beers ready. It's Saturday. You ain't got nowhere else to be or nothing else to do.
And even more, get your ass down here and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Get on down here. So for the boys from Ace Axe Throwing here in Homestead, we will talk to you tomorrow at noon.